Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Swim or Sink 130. I am joined once again with the lovely Lily Gravy Bread, and my name is Lila. Hi, Lily. How are you doing tonight?
Oh, it's fantastic to be here with you, Lila. I can't wait to go through this first half of Swimmer Single 130 with you, and it's great to be commentating with you again, especially here on Swim and Sink. I absolutely love doing this tournament. Fantastic weekly. If you got some players to do it to get
Mm-hmm.
together for a pickup, or if you want to grind out some mid level and the upper low level and so on to see if you can get into Great White
Yeah,
bracket eventually. This
definitely.
is always a fantastic one to enter. And we'll be seeing like a bunch of very interesting teams, including some very interesting pickups today as well. But
Mm-hmm.
first, Lila Rosa V-Scope. I have a
Ah.
question for you regarding these first two teams. We're first going to be looking at like once we get these first two teams up and ready together. We'll be first looking at the teams Forgotten versus Sauce or Spaghetti. My question for you, Lila, is when you have like spaghetti, like a spaghetti bolognese or something,
Yeah.
what in your opinion is the most important part of that dish? Is it like the sauce? Is that the real
Ooh.
main part of the
Ooh.
thing that shines for you, or is it the spaghetti and the
You
sauce
know,
is there as a kind of like uh an extra part of it?
To me, I'm gonna be like the really crazy person in the room, okay? I don't
Yeah.
like spaghetti with sauce. I like spaghetti with just cheese. I'm that kind of person. I like the
You know
little
what?
fake Parmesan cheese that you get to sprinkle on at the end of your meal, and I don't like having the bolognese sauce that you get to put on it.
You're so real for that. Honestly, I do love sometimes just having like
Lily,
spaghetti
you
with
can't
some
condone that!
cheese. What?
You can't condone spaghetti with no sauce!
Really? Okay, maybe I have to say, I do love like a good sauce as well. Regardless. But anyway, we're gonna check out this first match between Forgotten and Sauce or Spaghetti at the moment. We're going to Clan Blitz, Manta
Mm.
Maria.
Yeah,
Let's have a look at
Columbus,
these
Manta
weapon comps.
Maria. Yeah,
Fantastic to see
definitely.
Devi back on the Hydra.
Ooh, we see Swiper coming off of Sylphie as well as both teams having the usual Zap Cooler drinks, and as we see on the side of Forgotten as well, they have a 96 Deco. Not something that you usually see, as well as a vanilla Tri-Stringer. Coming off of the recent, whale buffs, gonna be very interesting to see how both of these teams are going to be handling with similar comps, but maybe acting a little differently here.
Yeah, actually, I think the 96 Deco is a pretty good choice. Two players have actually gone down on one side already, so I do think that we might not necessarily be seeing a push from them just yet, as Forgotten is probably getting ready to try and cook something here. We can already see
Yeah,
how Wings is
ooh.
trying to gain a little bit of extra control in the middle of the map. 96 actually has their Kraken. I actually wanted to mention the Kraken as a fantastic special weapon in this mode, of course, but they
Oh.
have been taken out here, so we won't be seeing a Kraken just yet. Two players gone down. There goes the Stringer as well.
Oh. Yeah, commentators curse immediately seeing that Kraken in action. We're not gonna be able to. They got shut down immediately, but the Zaps are gonna trade out each other just before they get their coolers. So maybe the pacing of the game has to slow down just a little bit for both teams. But Aloha is going to go get those strikes. Energize gets Sylphie in, gets the one pick on Chronos, as well as clearing up the street with the second pick. Now going forward into the basket, they have such a clam economy to score in right now. First basket goes in, Aloha being able to score, as well as stalling out even longer. Sylphie is causing mayhem down there,
Oh, damn.
getting free picks in total already, as now the clam basket is still open, being in favor of sauce or spaghetti at the moment, just scoring down, ticking down from 62 now, as now Sylvie is finally retracted from their base, as now Forgotten is able to get the retake going. So, ooh.
Yeah, that was a fantastic push. We did see the Booyah Bomb come out from Devi there. That was fantastic, like, just being able to run in like that. It was absolutely time to go for Aloha to get that clan basket open, but they have lost two players there. Their backline and their main support, and Zap is going to be going down, so they're going to have to retreat here, as Forgotten is trying to regain the control that they had earlier on in the game, which they didn't really quite manage to get going. But they are continuing to have numbers down inside of Sauce Spaghetti. I want to see them make sure that they have. I want to see them make sure that they have a Kraken ready to go as they attempt this push right now. They do manage to get the clan basket open. They didn't have too much for a big push to actually get a lead here. With 2 players go down on Sauce Spaghetti, I can definitely see them cooking something here.
That's the lead change going in, like you said. But the Kraken is not needed for that push, as now the Kraken is used to stall out just a little bit longer. Oh, but a DC on the side of Sauce or Spaghetti, losing out 1 player. Their Zap, their most crucial part of their comp, in my opinion, because now they don't have any like fail-safe for clamplets here at the moment, because Forgotten is just keeping these clams going in, but Sylphie's gonna try and say something about it. Devi with the pincer on Aloha, trying to clear up the street as Forgotten finds another pick, keeping that basket open just a little bit longer. Actually, he has enough clams to be able to shut out the game, but Sylphie has something to say about it with Devi cleaning out, as well as getting out Chronos on the left side as well. The basket is closed, but the lead is at 18-62 in favor of Forgotten at the moment. If Sylphie is able to pop up right here, right now, they can clear out even more space and let their team in. They're just charging in. They got 1. Are they gonna get the second? No, unfortunately not yet, as the strikes come in from Aloha. They're still making this work though. Ooh.
Yeah, Sylph was absolutely fearless there, getting that one fantastic pick earlier on, and then just rushing forward, finding another one. It is going to hopefully help them out to keep the numbers down on the side of Forgotten. Sauce or Spaghetti have a lot of work to do when they don't have their ends up. That's just going to slow them down so much. And with 2 players just Debbie up alive right now, it's going to be so difficult to hold Forgotten back. I think Sauce or Spaghetti is missing some of their sauce at the moment, as Forgotten is just charging forward, looking to get 2 more power clams in. There's the barrier broken once again, but they've lost a couple of players here. Sauce or Spaghetti might actually be able to hold them back. I'm just curious to see what they're able to do here.
Yeah, like you said, if they actually got that push in with those 2 power clamps, that would have been game. They would have actually got the knockout here, but there's still a minute remaining. All hope is not lost on the favor of Sauce or Spaghetti. They got their sauce back. They're ready to move, but unfortunately, a curving shot coming from Wings here on the tri-stringer, able to find something as well as the Kraken, but Sylphie is gonna find 2 once again, popping off, going through middle, trying to find the third, finds the third as well. Sylphie is going crazy with the wiper here. 30 seconds left on the clock. They did make the fall. Are they going to be able to charge through? Yes, they find Cloud as well. Are they going to be able to get out and regroup with their team? Yes, but 20 seconds left now. They have the power, they have the strikes, but unfortunately that's not enough. That's not enough for Sauce or Spaghetti. Maybe they can still hold on to this. They still have enough clams to maybe build 1 more power, but no, Aloha's gonna go for it. Aloha gets the sprint in, and now there's no penalty. We'll let the 61, 10 seconds on the clock. Are they gonna be able to hold longer here, Devi? No, as Sylvie was trying to jump in and get clams to score in. They unfortunately went down as Devi now trying their best to hold on to this, but that overtime isn't going to last forever, as Sauce and Spaghetti lost their first round due to a DC.
Oh, there was an unfortunate DC that definitely slowed them down. You know, of all the things that will tip favor in one direction of one team or another, whether you have Tacticula is definitely going to be a pretty big hindrance. Like if you don't happen to have Tacticula and you're playing against a team that does, that's always probably the main thing that you really want to prevent the other team from being able to get, is a constant cycle of Tacticulas. And of course, even when you're down a player as well, like Sauce Spaghetti, pretty constantly. I was actually really impressed with how Sylphie was able to go in and fearlessly get picks with such confidence as well, to provide those openings for the rest of Sauce Spaghetti to actually come in and try to get those pushes.
Sylphie, real quick. If I remember correctly, Sylphie is from Splatoon Imbeciles, and they are hopping off of Charger occasionally to play Wiper a lot more often recently, and that shows. Sylphie has a lot of knowledge in this game and does put it through in their action, and they do know how to utilize all of that weaknesses and strengths and everything coming from it. We also have Devi, the Hydra expert on the side of Sauce and Spaghetti as well, and Aloha, you know, the very strong support, if I remember correctly. It's just a really stacked up spaghetti meal here, I say, but the sauce was lost immediately. Like I said, you know, maybe spaghetti is better without the sauce, but that's a very hot take that should not be said ever again.
I think you need those cans of sauce, those cans of nice cans of tomatoes, probably coming from your Tacticula. I reckon that's what that Tacticula has on this team.
Yeah, it has the bolognese sauce in it. Yeah.
or it could be some nice tinned spaghetti. You never know.
Maybe not.
But
Canned
yeah, no.
spaghetti's not too bad. It's good to survive college through, in my opinion. I've survived a lot through
Mhm.
with it. But don't discredit Forgotten though. Although that win was from
Mm.
ADC, Forgotten has been trying to push that mid level for a while now. And in my experience with playing against them, sometimes Forgotten has a really stacked up comp when it comes to a tent slash stamper that they have on their team. Chronos, in my opinion, is one of the best players on there and has one of the biggest flexibilities on their team as well. Maybe we can
Yeah.
see their action here on Splat Zone Tamami. A Sorella tent isn't too bad here. You get the tent to move forward, you get the Zuka and as well the one shot coming from it. It's just, magical.
Absolutely, and I'm glad you were mentioning Tent here, specifically for this map mode because of how strong it is in terms of taking control over those choke points to
Oh.
get those super long pushes in and to hold your opponents in a lockout. I've seen many fantastic matches here where the Tent comes out. Of course, there are some. Of course, Zuka is always going to be strong and can tip the tides in favor of your team very quickly, especially when the other team might be cooking something. Perhaps they won't be cooking their spaghetti for very long when you have
No, no,
a
no.
Zuka come out like that.
Oh, you don't want rubber spaghetti, indeed. You don't want to overcook your spaghetti. Your sauce will finish. You'll do the finishing touches. But we do see Chronos being coming in now this time around. Let's see if we'll see that tent. But I was just thinking about the new Stamper, Neo's, Nouveau, whatever it is. But we're not going to be seeing that. We're going to see the Inkline Stringer and the Inkline, Sorella tent as well. But on the side of Sauce and Spaghetti, we see the Akani Nova, Aniki Nova, my bad. I always see Akani for some reason. But, yeah, that's interesting comp changes coming from both sides. No cooler on the side of Sauce and Spaghetti, by the way, Lily.
Okay, that is an interesting switch up as well. But I think having such a constant amount of on the side of Sauce Spaghetti, such a constant inkjet could probably provide them with the aggressive pressure they might need, that they might really want. And also having Inklines here, we're seeing the inkjet already trying to hold back Forgotten into their spawn. So they might be cooking something with this, I reckon.
Oh, already, yeah. I mean, the lockout is initiating, and Aloha is going to try and take the perch position to try and distract them as long as they can, but they do find a trade. They do have strikes to come in. The cooler is down as well, but the trades are just happening too often on the side of Forgotten, and Sauce and Spaghetti is just still able to hold on to their side. The zone is ticking down relatively quickly here, 30 seconds, 30 points remaining, as now Sylvie goes down on the side of Sauce and Spaghetti, as finding Chronos to try and break through into Sauce and Spaghetti, but I don't think they can do it within that time. 10 points left on the clock, 2 down now on the side of Forgotten. The Chomps do come in and neutralize the zone from Wings, but you have to paint the other zone to be able to apply that penalty, and I don't think that's going to be able to hold on to it, but Chronos is trying to say something about that. They do, and they find the zone, still neutralized, fighting the second one with the Inkjet on the side of Sauce and Spaghetti, but the zone is going to go back. Still neutral somehow. Free down on the
No,
side
the
of
Inkjet
Forgotten.
is getting a couple of picks down. That is going to be the knockout. Oh my goodness, I think just getting those 2 final picks just as that zone was in danger was one of the best moves I've seen. So they are absolutely that spaghetti, that match, absolutely al dente, perfect spaghetti, perfect consistency for the bolognese. Everything was just like every strand of spaghetti just perfectly well coated, just like those 2 zones that we saw from the side of Sauce Spaghetti in that match. That was like a fantastic 100-0 push. Even though they were in danger, like Devi was just there with the ink. Well, they were in danger of getting like that zone taken over by Forgotten there, but Devi was just there with the booyah bomb, followed up by that inkjet towards the end, just to really stop them from being able to capitalize off those super chumps
100%.
by the end.
Yeah, 100%. Although they don't have cooler, but the opt out for the inkjet may have just saved them a lot because they're able to just hold them back, cycle inkjet fast enough. Like you said, the constant inkjet output was just enough to, even though it was only 2 inkjets, by the way, it's just long enough that you can hold the space and fight that jet. You can shoot the shots from up top, up behind the shield. You can shoot up top onto the perch positions, even though there's not a lot. The key positions are just taken out with those inkjets, and that's just going to be really a big struggle bus for Forgotten to be able to try and go back in, even though they have a Zuka, they have a Tent, they have a Chumps, they have Wiper. Not Wiper. They had I forgot. I really have forgotten.
Wait, was it? Are you talking about oh my goodness, I forgot as well.
Yeah,
It was such a quick match.
It was two Ink lines at Zap and then something else. I forgot what it was. Like I genuinely forgotten. But forgotten
was,
about
yeah.
forgotten. You know, where they won't be forgotten. They still have one more
No,
game
of
to
course
try and
not.
go through. It is Ship-Shaped Tower. Tell me your experience here, Lily, if you have some.
I love ship-shape tower control. I think it's a very fun tower control map because of um, it feels very even on the defense. I think, especially around that
Yeah.
second checkpoint, which can be kind of tricky to get through in my experience. Of course, once you have control over the other team's court area, you have a lot of work to do to prevent them from being able to move in and win those fights. But,
Yeah.
that second checkpoint can really make or break whether a team is going to knock out or not. So
Definitely,
if you manage
definitely.
to actually flush out the defense around that second checkpoint, if you're on
Ooh.
ooh, we're seeing
That's
these,
double ink strikes. That's double
ooh,
ink
okay.
strikes on the side of Sauce and Spaghetti. That's something I used to run often, and I very much find that to be all-powerful on the tower control as well, because GG Strikes is very OP, but we also see the Vanilla Tent on the side of Forgotten. The Ink Vac, one of my favorite specials, Chef Kiss, is on the field right now on tower control. I want to know what they're cooking. Maybe they want to overcook the Sauce and Spaghetti to, get rid of that, as 2 down on the side of Sauce and Spaghetti is able to set up that push for Forgotten to be able to push in right now, Lily. And that looks like a
Yeah,
very
my
big
goodness.
position for them.
This is going to be exactly where the tent is going to shine. Getting control over this first checkpoint looks like that was a pretty scrappy fight to fall into there under those grates, but Forgotten is 2 players down here, managing to
There's
stop
the
this
first check.
tower go forward too much, but that is the first checkpoint from Saucer Spaghetti as they really have to try and get something going with these strikes here to try and push them out and get that first checkpoint for themselves. Thing is, Forgotten has all these specials that are just going to come out to prevent them from moving forwards.
Yeah, even though you're on the tower, you get special charge-up bonus. I think Forgotten just has to special management at the moment, but no, I jinxed that. Sylvie's gonna come in with the hammer and get free kills immediately and say, nuh-uh, we're gonna ignore all of that and just gonna kill you instead. That's just gonna be how it works here. Finding that second pick as well, but now going down, although taking the lead and the plat side, 2 now down on the side of Sausage Spaghetti, and that Bia Bomb forcing Wings out from that perch position. Maybe that has enough time for them to counteract right now. Maybe the tower can be pushed a little bit more, but Sylvie's gonna find one and back out immediately. That's enough. I think that's enough for Sauce and Spaghetti to hold mid right now and able to hold that space from Forgotten to retake it at this point.
Yeah, I think keeping a good eye on what Sylphie's doing is definitely what Forgotten has to really have a good awareness of at the moment, because Sylphie has just been able to very aggressively charge forwards and find at least one pick, know exactly when to back off and stay safe. But Sylvie is out of the game at the moment, which means that Kronos is here, hopefully to try and find something, or at least to stay safe, narrowly missing that suction bomb. Looks like that they are going to be trying to hold this great area just to make sure they have a safe amount of control up here as they take some fights around on the other side as well. They are keeping their players down on the side of Sauce Spaghetti at the moment, which means that Forgotten, I think with this lead switch, is exactly where we're going to be seeing the ink back come out, just to show exactly how they're cooking with it, just to hold back that fight even further.
Yeah, holding that back was crucial for Forgotten to be able to bring that lead up to a 38, 10 points ahead of Sausage Spaghetti. As soon as that scrappy fight was going on with Sylvie, they're just like, we're not risking it. We just have to back it and have to make sure we have that space, even though they've just been using horizontal slashes just to keep them out. But right now, Forgotten is in a very precarious position, but they aren't anymore as they find 2 down on the side of Sausage Spaghetti. 3 down now. Sylvie's the only one jumping in to contest the tower. That's going to be enough. That's a delayed wipe on the side of Sausage Spaghetti as well. Forgotten has gotten 1 point up on the side of Sausage Spaghetti, but there is still a minute and 40 left. This is tower control. Things can snowball down if you don't play this correctly. So can Forgotten get this done correctly as the cooler is down with Nezuka finding Sylvie immediately on the down left?
Yeah, I mean, it's great actually seeing how much of keen awareness they have on getting Sylphie out of the game here, because of how much value they've been providing for their team in terms of keeping numbers down on the side of Forgotten. Speaking of numbers down on Forgotten, that's a couple of players down already. Sauce Spaghetti is going to be charging forward, trying to gain control over mid, just to make sure they have exactly enough space here to win those fights. Keep this plays outside of Forgotten. Doesn't look like 2 players have gone down there, and that is going to be an excellent an excellent position for Sauce or Spaghetti to be in. They have these specials at the ready. We're seeing the strikes come out just to clear up that area right behind the grates here, and they are absolutely vying for control here. They're going to be pushed back by these lasers though, but Debbie's going to be coming out with the Booyah Bomb just to keep control. They have 10 points that they need to get in these last 40 seconds, but they're losing plays. They're losing these fights.
Yeah, too much here for Sauce and Spaghetti. If they keep losing these fights right now, they can't be able to re-enable their ground here. And if they can hold on to their court at the moment, they can push past 10 points. But we saw Forgotten's Kronos' tent has been able to break through so many times, getting on that tower. But Kronos did just go down, as the strikes are now going to come in. Maybe there's enough space to clear up. The tower is getting stalled out just a little bit longer. 42 points, 49, 39. Just one more point, and you're able to get on. But Cloud is going to try and say something with the whale coming through on Forgotten side. 3 down on each side as the lead is taken back by Devi in the last second.
Oh my goodness, that's something I didn't expect to see happen there, especially with those lasers come out from the side of Forgotten. I thought that was just going to be the end of it, with a 1-point difference at the end, but Devi managing to come in and take control of that tower with that victorious Booyah Bomb animation at the very end, just to finish everything up. That was such a close game, and this is like one of the things I love about this map mode as well.
Yeah,
when you have two
indeed.
teams like Forgotten and Sauce or Spaghetti here, it can definitely like just go back and forth in such a satisfying kind of way. But you know, fantastic job to both teams there.
It's so awesome seeing both teams able to utilize such the strength that they both have. Forgotten has been making all of these plays alongside Kronos to be able to break through with their tent, stopping that tower most of the time, with the whales coming from Cloud as well. It's like such a big synergy. And then Sauce and Spaghetti just had so much displacement, so much time stalling specials, and the range of the Hydra to be able to, you know, stop the pushes, stop the excuse me, stop the advancements of Forgotten. Even if they have the tent, even if they have that, they don't have the backup space anymore, because the strikes and Booyahs will have painted behind them or in front of them that just they can go. They cannot go even if you have a tent. But both of these teams put up such a strong fight up until the end. My goodness.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right, especially about the displacement from the side of Sauce or Spaghetti. I think what we saw from Sauce or Spaghetti across all of these 3 games was a kind of aggression, like very well-paced aggression that could just move Forgotten out of anywhere they wanted to be in to prevent Sauce or Spaghetti from charging forwards.
Definitely. The double strikes is just so key. You have 6 of those, and then each of them can cover like half of Plaid and then half a high ground point on this map too. So it's like if you separated them so much, you can just like enable space for your Wiper, for your Hydra, for your whoever else that's just going in, allowing them to just enable them special wise, position wise, everything else, you know? It's just so strong. Double strikes. Oh goodness.
Absolutely, yeah. I do used to really like running double strikes in zones in particular, but of course strikes are a very popular special weapon in tower control as well, especially when you've got a Neo Splash, because you know that's such a good way to deny space or to push people away from the tower, and or even like the other thing about like Neo Splash as well. It's
Yeah.
like you have 4 strikes or even 5 if you manage to get a bomb out, then 3 strikes, then another bomb as well, in terms of just denying an area for or like just moving players out of where you really want to be pushing. And you know, with 2 strike weapons, that's I think exactly what um what I want to see in terms of being able to get not just like the value you get out of just having strikes itself, in terms of, okay, we can temporarily move people out of position here, but also just to keep that constant, oh well, I don't have anywhere to move if you're the defending team.
Yeah, definitely. But we're gonna cut it short real quick. Round 2 is gonna start up soon. We're gonna be in a quick break, and we're gonna come back to y'all soon. So stick around.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to Swimmer Single 130. I am Lily Gravy Bread, and I'm here with Lila Ross v Scoop. I say Scoop
Aha.
because we have some news for you. We've got a couple of new teams we'll be looking at coming up next. Vampyre and Chill Season Apologists. Apparently, I think they are currently in the first game at the moment, but we'll be getting you through the next couple of games. And at the
Womp
moment, I think
womp.
Lila has been talking about food to me.
Oh.
Um
Oh.
and my goodness me, I'm not letting him cook ever
Do we let
again.
me in the kitchen? Because I want to make ravioli with Parmesan shredded cheese only again. I don't have time to make a sauce.
No sauce, my goodness. I'm never letting you cook. You're on
No
dishwashing
sauce.
duty afterwards. And I'm sure with your experience with an ink vac, the vacuum cleaner, I'm sure you're very
Okay,
experienced at cleaning
okay.
anyway.
Look, Lily, as much as I would use it, I don't think it's a safe thing to be using in a kitchen, considering the amount of explosion I have to unload afterwards. I don't think it's a wise idea to bring an ink vac into a kitchen.
Okay then. Maybe you got a point there. Actually, speaking of food, turkey is a type of food. It's something people eat,
It's
and
a
there is a
it's a,
player
it's a
called
meat.
Get Turkey on the
Mm-hmm.
side of Chill Season Apologists. Also, another food related thing on regarding Chill Season, especially this is the map Robo Ramen, which I don't know. Do we have Robo Ramen in
I
the
don't
next in this
think
set?
so. I don't
But it
think
is
there
part of Chill
is.
Season, so it's at least topical.
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
Mhm.
nah. Oh my God. As much as I could talk about Robo Ramen, I still haven't played Tower Control yet, so I can't fully say about the map. But oh goodness, I freaking love the map. Good sightlines for me as a charger, biased as hell.
Mhm.
But also, you get so many good routes as a frontline player, as a flanker that you can use to approach mid nowadays. It's not like you have to go
Mhm.
through mid to get to mid. You can go through the sides to get to mid. It's not just like, oh, I'm gonna straight line in and die.
Yeah, true. Yeah, it's always good to hear actually the Chargers' perspective. I want to hear your perspective as a Charger player on Undertow Spillway Rainmaker, which I think is the
Ah,
first one that I don't think we
yeah.
saw on stream.
We are
But
gonna miss
that's one
that one,
where
yeah.
mid doesn't really like play out around mid all that much here on that particular map mode.
Yeah, I mean, okay. To me, Rainmaker Undertow is a coin flip. On one
Mhm.
hand, some comps are going to be definitely outshining here. In my experience, backless comps or comps with a ballpoint vanilla one, especially, is going to shine a lot here. The Inkjet does proven to be really strong on the both right check and left check at the start,
Mhm.
as well as the backless side of things. If you include a Zuka or two here, it is also very strong to hit the right grades, hit the top right, hit the left side of the plat, hit whatever you need
Mhm.
to. It's just like a one and all done deal. But unfortunately, me as a backline, I have I like I said, it's a coin flip for me because I still play scope like vanilla scope. I get the ink vac,
Mhm.
I get the charger sight lines in mid, I get the little sight lines on the right and left side. But it does prove to be a little bit awkward when it comes to trying defending checkpoints and defending
Mhm.
your last checkpoint because it does get a little tight on those ledges and it does get a little risky trying to peek some of those angles.
Yeah, absolutely. But I do think that like once you are going, especially for those final pushes or around those checkpoints, indeed, like me as like a support shooter player who is like if I have like an Inkvac backline on the team, I'm more likely going to be the one to pick up the Rainmaker, knowing that I have the Inkvac there just to help me push
Yeah.
forwards as well. So it's always really useful, especially when it's
Mm-hmm.
difficult. It's so difficult to really push to the KO here because you've got those uninkable areas to get
Yeah.
through, and they're very choke pointy. It's much more dangerous on the right side, of course. Left side perhaps a little bit safer, but once again,
Oh yeah.
uninkable areas. That's just like if you got the defending team just throwing bombs through there, it's just gonna stall you out for longer.
No, definitely. Cause it's just a very like I don't know what to say. The map mode is indeed a really awkward thing to go through at the end. Cause even with an ink vat,
Mhm,
they have enough resources to fill that up before you can get them across. Unless you have like a perfect setup where somehow you got up to ramp on the other side and then able to vac through, or you're able to go through grates with the Rainmaker and not die together somehow,
mhm,
and then you get through onto the other side together.
But we're not gonna see that. We're gonna be seeing crab leg after this, because
Yeah.
we
Ooh,
missed the first
ooh,
round if people are
interesting.
just tuning in. But crab leg clam, let's go talk about that real quick. It's in a
Yeah.
skyscraper. I don't know how they get there, but what do you think?
Well, actually, we are going to go into the match at the moment,
Ah!
so I don't really have too much time to talk. I do want to actually mention that we got a little bit of a scoop for you. Chill Season did win the first match, so they are coming in at 1 point in this set so far, with Vampyre probably vying to
Double
get back the
splash
control here.
stamper machine? That's a 2.0 comp.
Oh, okay, that is that. Huh? This is
Oh.
harking back to the old days of Splatoon 3. Really,
Back
this is
in
something you'd
my
expect
day.
to see. This is something you'd expect to see a year ago. This is last year's Chill Season that we're seeing from Chill Season Apologists, I'm thinking, and it does look like they do have a crab tank at the ready here, taking control over mid, and they are just slowly moving forward, making sure that the stamper on the other side is out of the picture here. We can see them getting really good control around the basket just to make sure that they are dodging and staying alive. They have lost a couple of plays, so they're going to be moving back to mid at the moment. This is where they're really going to have to stay safe because they want to maintain the control that they managed to get early on in the game so far.
Definitely. Although they got that push in, they don't have enough economy to be able to score a point, as you do need a power climb to be able to score points. But 2 splashes on the side of Chill Season is gonna go down, 3 down now on the side of Chill Season. That's a wipeout immediately from. Able to find 4 just now of their blasters. Splashdown is going to come in, as well as clearing up even more space, getting them more score to come in. 1 clam has been tossed in, a couple more, down to 68. This is going to be a good looking score if they're able to score a couple more, but no, Raphael, that's not going to work out. Are they going to be able to lift this out through the crab? No, they're going to be able to catch them out. 2 down now on the side of Vampyre. Good start from Chillsy. 3 down. Ooh, good start on the side of Vampyre.
Yeah, that was definitely a good start. Does look like however, if they can maintain this control here, they just need the clams to be able to get something in off the back of that. It is only like 2 clams to be able to get a lead off this, so that shouldn't be too difficult if they actually find a pathway in, especially with the help of this crab tank. And another one just getting ready, hopefully to chain alongside with it, which is exactly what we're seeing here as well. They are getting pressured back by the Ballestra, however, so I'm just curious to see how this
What
turns out.
is going on up there? Hold on. They just booyah bombed and zipcastered on the top right, breaking through 2 down on the side of Chillsies and Apologists. Able to find a push in, however, I don't think they're able to score even more clams, because as you were explaining what was going on, they were able to find that top right advantage and able to push in. Although that push in was successful, they didn't keep their lives long enough to be able to hold that push and back onto a neutral stance. 2-minute 30 now.
Womp is going to be coming out of the ink in just a moment, just to make sure they can get at least a little bit of a surprise pushback with the Zuka coming out here, looking for a pick. Sometimes you get one, at least trying to get a little bit of control here, but that is going to be that. Oh, that Zuka coming to an end there with that Spider-Man going down. We see a trade. Little inky Spider-Man, unfortunately not surviving for too long. Fantastic pick on the crab tank. Actually, this looks like a really successful push being set up if they can just get some value out of the splashdown.
Yeah, finding 3 picks here, but they are lagging all over the place. Able to find the machine free down now on the side of Chelsea's and Apologists left of the ball point to fend for themselves as the splash is rapidly approaching to your location, rapidly going to your side of the map, reclaiming mid already as the specials are dialed up already. And Zip is going to try and go in, but gets cancelled immediately in the top right. Now the advantage is on the side of Chilsies and Apologists. Is going to try and go in once again to try and stall this out. They find 1. Are they going to find the 2 with the crab? The crab is missing every single shot on the blaster here. Is going to be able to find even more in mid, as now the control seems to still be in Chilsies and Apologists' side favor. Even though they don't have mid, they still have relative control because they still have the special ready and they still have an anchor to hold on to that side, regardless if you have crab or not.
Absolutely, and I gotta say that having the whole crab here working out very interestingly for the side of Vampyre. They have only been able to get like 1 push down to 7-7, so not a big push so far, but like at least what they've been able to set up with the crab tank means that they have the range to actually hold Chill Season back as much as possible. I gotta say, however, those because my goodness, I have to say that Ballestra has been putting a lot of work in terms of being able to pressure back those crab tanks inside of a Vampyre, and I'm gonna say I think the splashdowns as well. Stopping that one push there coming from Vampyre was exactly the kind of thing I love to see from a splashdown.
Yeah, 20 seconds still. If they have another splashdown ready at that moment, they can just hold on to that ramp. Are they going to be able to find this crab trade though? The Inkjet is forced to come out, able to shred the crab, gone and dusted, but there's a second one ready on the second splash already. It's going to come out. Are they going to camp the recall right here? They ran out of time, just enough for the ballpoint to come in, getting a third kill on the side of Vampyre as well. Are they going to be able to save this ball to be able to get overtime? Actually not. They have the pity clamp still. They have about 10 seconds left on the clock now, as the splashdown is going to find mid, finding that mid control. Chill Season Apologist looking in a good spot to hold on to mid, but they're not just going to hold on to mid. They're going to try and go for this. There's 2 down now on the side of Vampyre, 3 down on the side of Vampyre, as the game is going to end in favor of Chill Season Apologist, going 2-0, taking the pools already. However, it is playoff 3, Lily.
It is playoff 3, and this is going to definitely help them out in terms of getting into different brackets, of course, because if you manage to get a 3-0 here, that can definitely help you out with some tiebreakers getting into what bracket you'll be sorted into. Now, what I wanted to say about that particular match, especially from the Ballestra, was I think a very interesting answer to double crab tank, because you know they were just able to kind of like hold the crab tank back with the kind of chip damage you get. Like whoever's like riding the crab tank, you are vulnerable from above. Of course, you know the explosion radius is gonna annoy you a lot. It's gonna weaken you so much. So like that is certainly going to be holding back the value that you may be getting from those crab tanks. Of course, making them roll up in those walls and have to move it back into mid. This is like one of the things. Last year I played a lot of vanilla Splash-O-Matic. In fact, before the Neo Splash kind of came out, crab tank was just the special weapon I was most looking forward to in Splatoon 3 because it just looks so cool. I love the idea of
It's a little crustacean. It's a little guy,
exactly.
you know?
Exactly, it's a little guy, and I loved how crab tank is kind of like in some sense with the meta kind of being all over the place and not really solidified. Seeing crab tank kind of come back in some way. There was definitely a moment earlier this year where you almost saw no crab tanks because it was always just immediately going to be shredded. And even though like crab tanks, you do get like often risk getting shredded pretty quickly if you're not in like the perfect position, or if you're not like playing it absolutely perfectly to stop anyone from the other team from touching you. It's still such a good pseudo anchor or temporary anchor to hold those areas, especially when you've got those grates to get value out of, like just to shoot through the grates here on Crableg Capital. I think it's fantastic here, which is why you also see a lot of Splatlings on get a lot of value out of Crableg as well.
No, 100%. Yeah, and as well on the side of Chill Season Apologist, you know, the Blaster player has been making so much use out of their weapons capabilities and pushing it forward. And let's see if they can do the same thing here on Splat Zone's Mako Mart as we're gonna go in. That's an E-leader coming on the side of DYS. That's something you don't see a lot every day. It's the same comp coming from Vampyre. Are they gonna still stick and make this work? No respawn punisher on the E-leader, however. It is just LTE, special charge up, and Shredder on it, just so they don't have to deal with the crab. I mean, very fair, E-leader player. I agree that you would want the Shredder on this because you're facing 2 crabs at the moment, but they have their own crab too. That's Neo, Nouveau, Stamper, whatever you call it, game. That's gonna be out on the side of Chill Season just as well.
3 of them have been taken out here. This looks like Vampyre is just getting ready to take control. Get Turkey here is trying to get someone at least get control of their stack here as well, which looks like as they kind of fell down to their breakfast there just to make sure they've got control. Ross is going to be there just moving forwards just to make sure no one from the side of Chill Season can retake at all, can get anywhere close to that zone. This is exactly what the comfortable position you really want to be in if you're on Vampyre at the moment.
Ooh, nice cancel from Womp Womp though onto Ross with the Zuka, able to stop that crab bomb deploying by Raphael's own crab is struggling to put down some pain, put down some pressure, as now the Splashdown is going to try and find the zone flip. Unfortunately, unable to do so. 2 down now on the side of Chill Season. That's looking grim for Chill Season if they're unable to flip the zone immediately at that point. Vampyre still has their number, still has their paint. And remember that E-Leader can't paint that much, but Wampomp is here in the time. They're going to be able to find some paint, neutralize it for just a little bit longer. Is 3 points left on the clock. That's going to be a clean 10. 100-0 push on the side of Vampyre. Like you said, that 1 point could prove a difference if it's going into a tiebreaker.
Yeah, absolutely. I gotta say, you know, that comp that Vampyre was running, even though it kind of didn't really work out for them too well in the previous one, that works. That worked so well for them for this, and I think it's just the constant, like, consistent paint output from your 2 splashes there, able to pressure ledges with the machine and the they're running the stamper as well. It's just kind of like the perfect mix of everything that just is good on this map mode.
Yeah, definitely. Oh my goodness. It's just like, it's cancer comp is what I would say. Because
No.
double crab and a stamper and, this is just going back to 2.0.
you know what?
This is giving
That
me
makes sense.
flashbacks when I first started off comp. You just have to, I was a backline flex and I had to fight crabs every time and I wondered to my existence, why did I even play this game if all the time I'm just going to be shooting at crustaceans and not the other players? You know?
Yeah, I know, and you know, after I used to play like a very kind of like no an all-round build for Splash. I was kind of built around like at least trying to be able to buff my fighting power because it's not that great a fighter on its own. But having like a burst bomb as well, I wanted to make sure I could buff that a little bit as well. But eventually, I kind of just played for Crab.
Yeah,
And-
definitely. Oh goodness, that is round 2 concluded already. So stick around. We're going to be coming back as soon as round 3 is going to be set up. Correct?
Yeah, I'm excited to see
Yeah,
what's
yeah.
coming soon, but we will be going for a little bit of a break first, and we'll be back shortly. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Sumo Sync number 130. I'm Lily Gravy Bread. You can just call me Lily, and I'm here with Lila Russ v Scoop. Here with the scoop on these two teams, Just Squidding and Ink Black. I know I've enjoyed seeing Just Squidding as they formed, I think around about a year ago, kind of rise up the ranks and rise up the brackets in low ink, and I think they've been kind of pushing to get into mid-level at the moment. But what do you have to say about these two teams, Lila?
Oh, you've said about Just Squidding, so I can put my piece on Ink Black, another team that's been trying to push into mid-level as well in my experience. Ink Black has been on that rise to try and go through low ink as fast as they can as well. Although I think they have formed for at least half a year as well. At least, because I know Mini is a very great charger backline player on their side, as well as Neptune and Sylphlux being a very great frontline players on there as well. But not sure who 4 is going to be playing right now, as they have been playing on the Ingblock Ingblood Art Academy Tower Control already. We're going to be seeing what the next match is after they've done with that. So both of these teams, trying to push through that mid-level, trying to go into it as well. It's going to be a hectic match. It's going to be something very exciting to look forward to with both of these teams.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It does look like we are going into Rainmaker Scorch Gorge at the moment. So we are going to see these two teams playing off against each other at the moment. We are seeing a very interesting comp with brushes coming out on either side. That's a vanilla ink brush from a Glizzy on, I believe, Just Squidding. And Ink Black is going to be bringing out the brand new
Paintbrush Nouveau with the
brand new
missiles point sensor.
Yeah, that's going to be a really interesting one here in terms of being able to take control and get rid of those players especially from those defensive positions. Does look like already Ink Black is making a stance here, getting control over mid with that pop, and also kind of pushing up, staying alive with the blast. Bazooka is also going to be coming out to at least try and get that. As well. That is a clean checkpoint from the side of Just Squidding.
Yeah, I mean, it is Scorch Gorge. It can snowball really quickly from here, but that's not going to happen. That Suction Bomb is going to be able to stop Rainmaker from going forward. However, each pop from the Rainmaker shield is able to find able to clear up some more space. Glizzy with the brush, unable to even find more points. However, 31 is going to be the dead end of Just Squidding's push here with the Rainmaker. 2 down on the side of Just Squidding.
Yeah, Neptune is going to be picking this up and dropping over the side if not being able to reset it. Doesn't look like they actually get picked off there by Azura and the splash. That grab tank is going to be pushed up very aggressively. You can already see how Just Squidding is trying to clear a path forward just to run and get those big chunky points, but that is going to be 3 players out of the game at the moment. So Ink Black has to find some way back in as they respawn. The thing is, Just Squidding already had so much control over the middle of the map early on in the game that they have to be sending all those players into mid just to be able to get any amount of movement back in there.
No, definitely, but they found 2 on the side of Just Squidding. The cooler respawn is going to help. No, actually, no, they have no cooler. I'm lying. I just assume everyone has a cooler nowadays. You know how haunting it is to have cooler. But Just Squidding did go 2 down a couple seconds ago. Able to find 1 now, Glizzy with the ink brush. Trying to find the second. They do see the jump on top as well. Are they even able to jump it? No, unfortunately not. Ink bomb almost getting the ink brush as well. Although mid is still looking relatively green at this point. Still in favor of Just Squidding, even though they still have gone down 2 down, maybe a couple more as well. The state of the game still looks like in favor of Just Squidding. That's going to change immediately though. The missiles are going to come out from Ink Black. RNG is going to be able to find 1 and 2 with the missiles, able to push in a little bit. However, with that cooler, are they going to be able to secure enough space and time?
It looks like for Ink Black the turf was greener on the other side, but they are vying for control of that turf on the side of Just Squidding side of the map, but 2 players have gone down. They've got the Rainmaker though, they're going to have to stay very safe with it if they want to push this forward. They have barely got any points to the table, so that Rainmaker goes down here, and Just Squidding, especially Starry here, getting that, helping to get that pop. Only going down to Neptune Zuki here. Neptune has kind of been perched up around Just Squidding's snipe area for quite a long amount of time. 3 players have gone down here. Neptune's pretty much the only one alive there, so I'm curious to see how Ink Black is going to play around with Neptune's position.
Yeah, Ink Black just totally didn't give Glizzy that free K there. It was off screen, but we've been able to see that Inkbrush causing mayhem once again like it's supposed to do, as the crab is going to come out in a very peculiar position right now. Glizzy unable to get the exit out as is left of the Range Blaster to try and hold on to this checkpoint with the cooler ready and going. Neptune and Twittlestar is going to be trying to find that Range Blaster, but the Range Blaster is going to find one, dying to the Rainmaker immediately, trying to find that space. Neptune able to trade out one person, 2v2 at the moment, breaking that checkpoint from Just Quitting, finding that one extra pick as well, securing that space on the ramp, back in favor of Just Quitting at this point. Now the jump-ins are coming from Inkblack, able to find a trade onto one on Just Quitting, able to hold even longer with Riot, able to find that second one as well. 4v2 situation at this point. Inkblack has a chance to turn this around. Cooler is already ready and going again. 1 minute left, Lily, and I think this is going in favor of Inkblack slowly but surely.
Oh, maybe the thing. Okay, actually, you know what? I was gonna say it does look like Inkblack is having a few plays, taking over the game there, but I do think with those 3 plays having gone down besides Just Quitting, they are absolutely scrambling to try and get back their turf control in mid. At the moment, they're getting pushed back by Inkblack at the moment, though, as we can already see Neptune coming up trying to get back control over their ramp. So it could go in favor of Inkblack, but I just don't see it anymore. Just Quitting has their control back here, and it's only these strikes that they've been able to try and get anything done. And they haven't quite been able to get that big push that Just Quitting got in the first part of the match.
Oh, but speaking of that push, they're gonna try it now. Inkblack able to find a Rainmaker in the last 10 seconds. Unfortunately, they're gonna go down and wipe out on the side of Just Quitting. No, not Just Quitting, Inkblack as well. Happy little dance coming from Zero as able to close out the game, jumping off the map in excitement, able to find that win. And I'm not sure actually who took game 1. Let's go look at it real quick, and I believe it was Inkblack that got the game first round. So right now it's a 1-1 tie for both of these teams, Lily. It's going to a game 3 situation to see if they can tie this bracket. And I wanted to say this before we start, Lily. Inkblack is currently going on a 0-2, and Just Quitting is on a 1-1 situation. So if Inkblack able to take the next game, they're going to be going on a 2-way tiebreaker at least to going into the end of this.
Yeah, because we're seeing in Group G at the moment, the teams are Eggshells, Just Quitting, Road Rage, and Inkblack. Eggshells currently have 2 wins. Just Quitting and Road Rage are on 1-1 win loss, and Inkblack on 2 losses at the moment. So it's really going to be coming down to, I believe, this match for Inkblack if they want to start rising up. And
it's going to be a freeway tie, Lily, if they do it. Eggshells got that win. Oh
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, this is one of the very interesting things about this format, and why those tiebreakers are so important as well. And speaking of tiebreakers, we do have 1 win from either of these teams. And you know what you're mentioning about how these 2 teams like playing against each other is particularly exciting, as they're kind of going for similar goals in terms of level progression in competitive Splatoon at the moment. And seeing like one team already get that first match on tower control, Inkblood, followed by Just Quitting, Inkblood getting the first one, Just Quitting get the second one, having a 1-1 situation here. It's it's just putting me on the edge of my seat. And with Clan Blitz, this is how you're really gonna be allowing your team coordination to shine when you are getting those pushes going, and also when you're getting those defenses going as well. So
you definitely need it for this map mode. Yeah, Lily, you definitely need it. It's Clan Blitz Museum. It is all depending on how well you can hold on to bit, how well you can hold on to your plat, and how long can you keep them out of your plat if you get the push in. Because it's not like Rainmaker, where you're constantly fighting on that plat. You either are fighting in mid, or you're just fighting for the basket openings. You can't let that slip. Even with that rotation on the right side, Museum is also one of those maps, just like Robo Ramen, where you can approach mid, not just straight in from plat as well. So we're going to see if Inkbrush on the side of Just Quitting Glizzy is going to come back out. Yes, they are. They're actually going to stick to the relatively the same comp. But the VDS on the side of Inkblack is going to come out from RNG, swapping off from, if I remember correctly, was I do not remember.
That's okay. Let's see what they're cooking here. I think the Slosher is always going to be great, and also on the side of just Squidding having a range blast. Those are two AoE weapons which can definitely apply a lot of pressure onto those flat areas as well, and the middle spinner, and all the spinners.
Oh.
That's 3 plays down on the side of just Squidding. They haven't been able to get that early control over mid as they were in the previous one. Ink Black already moving up to get that first score in as well. This is a fantastic opening for Ink Black. They have their tactical at the ready just to make sure that they are constantly having this amazing, immense pressure and presence up around that spinner. They've lost players though,
Yeah, that's 3 down already. That's a delayed wipe as well on the side of Ink Black. That's already going back so fast. That's only been 20 seconds after the basket has opened, Lily. It's only been the first minute, and things are hectic as hell for both teams. And bear in mind, this is something I've never seen before in a while. We have wave breakers on both sides of the team at the moment. They're able to hold on to these plat sides on Museum relatively well. But look at that, 17 clams on the side of Just Squidding, able to break in and score clams to be able to take the lead back just by a hair, just by an inch. But they're going to be able to take that and going to be saying, are we going to keep going with this? Yes, we are. That's going to be 3 down on the side of Just Squidding after they decided to do that. So it's now going to be back in favor of Ink Black. However, the lead is at 48, which is pretty significant on this match.
Yeah, I reckon that's a sacrifice that's absolutely worth it just to get those extra power clams in, and for Just Squidding, even if they're back in the spawn once again, what they're really going to be focusing on is trying to stop Ink Black from being able to get anywhere close to that, to their plat, even to the under the basket. We can already see how they're kind of slowly pushing them back with their specials. They're moving off plat. They're trying to bomb them out here. They're trying to like get them out of position just to slow them down just enough so that when they do throw their specials out, they're not far enough ahead to actually make any successful pushes off the back of that.
Oh, but definitely they're going to be trying to stop that, but Neptune is, with that lightning reaction, able to find one, and their teammates finding the second. That's the third found as well. That's 2 power clams ready to be tossed in as the first one goes in with E. The BDS is trying to carry the second one home and gets to the home indeed. That's 36 lead on the side of Ink Black. They weren't able to stop them from going in already. Like you said, although that pity clam is picked up, they're going to get a second one. That means they have enough resources and enough economy to try and make another push here. Just Squidding. Even though the map looks relatively purple at the moment, it is 3 down on the side of Ink Black, as well as a wipeout now, finding Just Squidding an opening to be able to go for that score, but they dropped it. They missed it. Are they going to be able to find it? Yes.
Glizzy absolutely went for it. They have a power clam as well, which is probably going to hold on to. Doesn't look like they're able to actually continue that push any further with that like wipeout or near wipeout on the side of Just Squidding. This is just going to then push back into spawn. We saw how well Ink Black was able to win those fights, even when there was like a fight coming around the back of them from that spinner, around their spinner. It just seemed that like Ink Black, with their immense ability to fight off Just Squidding, they might not be able to I don't know, Just Squidding might not be able to hold them back just enough this time around. But you know, I think they might be cooking something here. They might actually be holding Ink Black back just enough. But, you know, with those 3 plays down on the side of Just Squidding, Ink Black is at the ready to get this final push or this next push. And it could certainly be a final push if they get enough clams in.
That's the power clam, but no, they actually could have actually ended it if they actually picked up the third power clam, but they're gonna make it into a score of 8. Commentators cursed just now, unfortunately, for the side of Just Squidding. We're gonna see if Just Squidding is gonna be able to come back from this. Ink Black has that solid lead. That is 2 power clams and a couple around 5 clams on the side of Just Squidding to be able to take back the lead if they want to be able to do this. That's a lot of score that you need on the side of Just Squidding if you're trying. 2 down on the side of Ink Black. That's going to be enough for them to secure that fight. But are they going to be able to get enough economy, get enough to go? They have 1 power clam in. That's the penalty points gone. That's going to be another 32 if they want to be able to get into their basket. If they wanted to, that's a couple more clams to go in. 20 seconds left on the clock. They're going to recall to mid. Are they going to try to get more clams? They did get a power, but that's 2 down on the side of Just Squidding. Baskets to the close. Are they going to be able to hold out for overtime? Just Squidding needs that overtime if they really want to be able to get it. But no, the power clam holder just went down.
Yeah, look how much advantage Ink Black has, not only over mid in terms of being able to at least keep kept people painted up, but they had all those specials. Thing is, they had 3 players going down just then, so they didn't even get the value that they wanted out of having those specials there. And just Squidding is already in overtime, looking to get control once again to try and get this push going. Thing is, Ink Black is fighting them off as much as they can.
No!
And that is going to absolutely solidify the rest of that match. And oh my goodness, Totostar with a squid bag there of victory, as that extraordinarily close match is going to be ending in overtime. Just Squidding still managed to get that power clam in at the very end, but unfortunately just losing out on that fight once again, as they had been every time Ink Black was there in their face in that game. Still very, very close.
Yeah, so close, Lily. But this means, you know what this means? This is a freeway tie in Group G at the moment.
It is a 3-way tie. You know the movie Cars, right? The whole premise of that was based on that 3-way tie at the beginning of that movie. And I always find those kind of situations very funny. I don't know why that's what popped into my head, but that's what popped into my head at that moment.
Yeah,
and
100%,
I do want to see
100%.
I absolutely want to see, for those following along, if you go exclamation mark bracket, you can see how the progress is going regarding the teams across all of these groups. In Group G, which is what we've been looking at, are the teams that Eggshells, Just Quitting, Road Rage, and Ink Black. So, did something happen?
Lily. Yeah,
Yes.
Group A, Forgotten Sauce or Spaghetti and Jisoo Wi-Fi Works, they're in a freeway tie as well.
Oh my goodness, okay, that's very interesting as well. So that's like
We have
another
2 freeway ties at the moment.
another group to take a look at. Like, most of the time, what you'll be seeing around this point in Sumo Sync is a lot of teams are kind of going 3 wins, 2 wins, 1 win, 0 wins, and those are very, very easy to sort into the 4 brackets that they'll be later sorted into. But it's these other situations where you have these ties that the tiebreakers come in very important as well. Speaking of the tiebreakers and stuff, the other match that was happening in Group G, Road Rage went actually previously in Group G, round 1, Road Rage went 2-1 against Ink Black, Eggshells 2-1 against Just Squidding. So both those teams were still able to get one win over that. Yes.
Another freeway tie going through in Group J as well, between Jakes from State Farm, Galaxy Squids, and pickup behind the Whopper as well.
Really? Okay, that is interesting. I have to say, 3 3-way ties, that's kind of unusual.
Definitely. It's gonna be that's the top 3 having to settle. In Group G, it is the bottom 3 that has to be settled, and then in Group A, there's only 3 people in that group. So yeah, that's going to be very interesting to see who comes out on top for whoever it is on each of these groups. But going back to Group G really quick, how is Road Rage? Who did Road Rage win against?
Let me just take a look in the different. Okay. Group G. Road Rage went 2-1 against Ink Black. So we saw Ink Black win that set against Just Quitting 1-2, but Ink Black also has 1 win from their set against Road Rage. And in round 2 in Group G, we have Road Rage actually goes 0-3 against Just Quitting. So Just Quitting has 3 against, and Ink Black 1-2 against Eggshells. So Ink Black has 1 win from the set against Eggshells. Now, in round 3, which you just saw, of course, that's 2-1 Ink Black to Just Squidding. And regarding the other 2 teams, Eggshells actually went 3-0 against Road Rage. Now, I can't do the calculations in my head. That's the thing, right?
From what I'm understanding is Road Rage currently doesn't have the win/loss percentages in my experience. I think that they're going to be placed higher than Just Quitting or Ink Black, because Ink Black and Just Quitting have not gotten
freed in their matches, if I believe, because they both went
Mm,
1-2 on their 2-1 on their first matches. Then
yeah.
Just Quitting went 3-0 against Road Rage, Inkling going 1-2 against Eggshells. And as well as the last match just now, Road Rage was going 0-3 against Eggshells, while Just Quitting and
Hmm.
Inkling fought each other and went 1-2-1 as well. So that does put Road Rage in a disadvantage in terms of win percentages. So it's just
Yeah.
between Just Quitting and Inkling, I believe.
Yeah, well, thank you for figuring that out for me. My brain's kind of like looking at all these three-way ties. I'm still just trying to wrap my head around
I
what's
mean,
going to be happening in all of these.
if Ink Black has one against Just Quitting, that might just put them higher in terms of
Hmm.
it. I'm not sure how it works, but they're both currently, I think, tied at the same score in terms of like how many matches won, how many matches lost. So I'm not the TO here.
Hmm.
I'm just making guesses. So
Yeah, actually, I do wanna talk a little bit about Group A, which I think is a very interesting group of teams, and we did see actually, Forgotten and Sauce Spaghetti play on stream previously. The other team I want to mention, Gishosaurus's Wi-Fi Works, which actually I believe is a pickup, another pickup like Sauce Spaghetti, um, which has,
oh, they're
and I'm
considered
going
first
to.
seed as well in the bracket. I mean, in the
Mhm.
groups, but that doesn't really matter too much in pools.
Yeah, not so much in pools, but considering this is a very interesting three-way tie, I do want to take a look at how these matches went as well. We do have Jisha Sam from Velocity as well. I believe Zenith was on it as well. Splat is the captain, of course. So there are a number of like very strong
Yeah.
players in that team that we've seen do extremely well in Great White Bracket. So
Forgotten did
um,
an upset though, a 2-1 against them. That's very interesting to see.
okay.
As well as Sauce and Spaghetti able to take one game off of Jesus Wi-Fi Works as well.
Yeah, okay, so that's actually very interesting. Forgotten
Yeah, this
getting
is a
that win
proper
on.
freeway tie too. Yeah, every match has gone 2-1, so
Oh man, this is good luck to the TOs with this one. That's all I'm gonna say here.
yeah, definitely. But let's take our attention down real quick. On to, was it Group H or J? It was Group J.
Hmm.
Group J, their last player match is dropped recently, but Jake's from State Farm, Galaxy Squids, and the pickup behind the Whopper
Hmm.
is advancing with a freeway tie. So let's go look at it real quick. Yes, dropped at the end of the match, so the match still kind of counts him, I think. Going
Hmm.
into it, Jake from State Farm Galaxy Squids did go 0-3 against their opponents at the start of round one, then proceeding into a 3-0 again on the opposing side, and again on round three, I assume. Yeah, it's just
Yeah,
okay. This
round
is
three as
another
well.
proper freeway tie as well on Group J. So this is gonna be a tough nut to crack for the TOs on
Oh my
both of these
goodness, yeah.
sides. Yeah.
I'm very curious to see how these are going to be sorted into the brackets, which are going to be coming up next. However, on stream we will only be focusing on the Great White Bracket, which is going to be the top cut. So every team that has kind of won the most in Nessie's pools will
Yeah.
be sorted into there. Unfortunately, in Group G, or maybe fortunately, it's kind of an easy to understand situation where even though we do have that kind of three-way tie, there was a little bit of tiebreaker things which certainly had it out. Helping out Eggshells looks like they will be they will probably be going into Great White as well, having that three set wins as well. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Other teams which look like they're going into Great White. Let's take a look. Who else have we got here? Lightbloom, Torrent, XOXO. XOXO, I think, is another interesting team to
Yeah.
probably look out for. I think they might be a pickup at the moment, but I know that they have Mox, an ink, a really strong ink brush player, and I know that in some tournaments I've seen where Mox has been on the team, that absolute menace, shocking menace, being able to clear a pathway to get some really good picks for a team to kind of just charge ahead and like place in a weekly or in Squid Junction or something like that. So those are the kind of things we might expect from XOXO as well. Just
Definitely,
surging
definitely.
forwards.
Yeah, but I think we can go quickly into a break here before we go into Great White. Like we mentioned, we're gonna see those
Mhm.
teams work and fight each other as soon as we can get brackets set up. So take a quick break, as do we, and we're gonna come back to Great White with you in just a sec. So stay tuned.
Welcome back to SOS 130. We are in Grade White, aka Top Cut right now, and we're going to be featuring Orca Ballestra versus Shine. Lily is joining me once again tonight. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty well myself, and how are you doing, Lila?
I am having a fantastic time here. We have seen some very close games. We have seen some epic plays coming from some players.
yeah,
I
we
can't
have.
believe I just said that. But yeah, we're going to be looking into these two teams, Shine and Orca Ballestra. I actually know quite a few of people on Shine. I think Karma and Vizzy is one of my very old teammates I played with back
Mm-hmm.
in like when I first started our comp. I just kind of get to know them a little bit. That's kind of it. Seeing them advance all the way into Great White is something I'm really proud of them accomplishing. As well as Orca Ballestra, they've came a long way since their debuts and stuff. They've been around for a while. They've been doing their thing. They've been kicking ass. So
Absolutely, and it's great to see. It's great to see. Like, I recognize them from tournaments. I recognize them from like tournaments like Low Ink, and it's great to see pushing forwards, especially getting into Great White brackets. Eventually is always an amazing achievement for any team, I have to say, because it comes down to when you start winning those weeklies that you become those top teams that people are going to be watching for, of course, and getting into Great White and doing well in Great White, going far in Great White is one of those weekly tournaments that
definitely,
that
definitely.
yeah, there's so many eyes in you if you're winning these winning these weeklies, of course. We are going to be going into the this is a single elimination bracket, actually. I do
Yep.
want to mention that. And even though you do get into Great White, one of these teams is going to be going home after today because
Yeah.
single elimination. That's what happened. One
No
set
mercy.
loss and you are out. But
Yeah, no
speaking of
mercy.
sets and what you're going to be winning or losing on, these are the map modes: Splat Zones, Mighty, Tower
Oh,
Control, Mountain
goodness
Maria, Rainmaker,
gracious.
Crab Leg. This is a bit of a goodness gracious, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Looking into this, all three of these maps, my goodness, I as a person it's like progressively getting bigger and bigger. It's like you start off at Mahi, moderately big, Manta, like just a little bit longer, and then you go into Crab like oh, super wide, super long. Oh goodness.
Wait, you said moderately big for Mahi? Well, I guess it gets bigger
Moderately,
once
moderately.
you get to the 60-point mark, it does.
Yeah.
And it has been edited, of course. We get a little bit of an increased size.
Squifer.
Ooh, okay, that's interesting, and it's also pretty standard, I think, to see the pencil come out from the side of, I believe that's Shine. Actually,
Shine, yeah, that's Shine.
their comp is something I see fairly often.
Oh, that's a
Juries.
DC.
Oh no.
They're partying
That'll
down
give
there.
us
We got
that'll
some
give
time.
us a
We
little
got
bit
some
of time
time.
to talk about these comps,
Yeah.
actually. Pencil, Julies, and V-Shot and Squeezer are pretty standard weapons to see at the top level at the moment. Once again, I mentioned this earlier. There is no real like consistent meta at the moment. You can do a
Yeah.
lot with a lot of things, but Zuka, of course, and having two Zukas on such a small map as well, can just be absolutely difficult to fight
Yeah.
your way out of, especially in splat zones when you can get a very quick knockout, of course.
Yeah,
If you
indeed,
manage to get
indeed.
like a good amount of control and hold the other team back, having Zuka just to push them back even further can be so hard. And also as a tool
Mm-mm.
to flip the zone, but flip things in your favor in terms of the number of players that are actually on the ground and doing stuff. Zuka, of course, can provide those very good surprise key picks that can just change the direction of a game very quickly as well.
Yeah.
There are a few interesting things also on the side of Orca Ballestra. I believe we did see the end try come out. And what else did we see,
Mm-hmm.
if you
We
remember?
saw Squiffer on Jade, I think it was.
Squiffer.
Squiffer! Squiffer is so awesome. It has all the
Mm-hmm.
characteristics of a charger, just a little bit shorter, and you can jump shot with it, and you have a bubble, and you have something to mark with. In my opinion, I think Squiffer is super fun to play. It's just super
Mm-hmm.
fun. Oh my goodness. If you're this day and age and you're a Squiffer main, one trick, whatever you are, and you're making it work in comp. I am proud of you. You are so awesome as a player. You are so creative and everything. It's just like it's super fun. Really, you need to give Squidford a try sometimes if you have the chance.
Yeah, I would love to. Actually, you know what? I think it's a good choice here. We're going back into the match at the moment to have a bubble to help you take control over the zone as well. We are going to the match at the moment, so let's see.
Let's hope there's
Let's
not
see if
another
we-
DC. Pray to
No,
pray
that
to
was
the
a- that was a
Nintendo
little bit
gods
of a
that we do not
long-
DC.
A little bit of a long loading screen.
little
I do think
bit.
that the ranges we're seeing from weapons on both sides
Oh,
are
no.
kind of oh, we got a little bit of a cursed lobby here as we saw
no,
one
I
of the
think
players
it's
on Shine kind of.
fine.
Hopefully it's fine. Let's just go with it for now. Everyone's still in the match at the moment, and I think Shine, especially with the help of their pencil, trying to get some ping down, but unfortunately for them, Orca Ballestra kind of out into mid and starts getting the first push going. He plays it down on the side of Shine, however. But I reckon that Femi here is probably trying to get some kind of inkjet going at some point. They know that in order to keep Shine into a bit more of a lockout, having that inkjet is just going to be holding it back even further.
Oh, definitely, but you do want to be watching out for that pencil when you inkjet, because that is a very unfavorable matchup for the inkjet if you can get that first shot to land on that pencil. But the retake is going to be initiated. 2 down now on the side of Orca Ballestra. That inkjet is going to come out. The recall is going to get camped, but however, they are just so much better at fighting that squeezer somehow and able to find the picks as 2 down now once again on Shine with 20 points left on the clock for Orca Ballestra. This might just look like a 100-0 knockout for the side of Orca Ballestra, but the zone is neutral. Once again, 2 down now on the side of Orca Ballestra with cooler coming in. That's going to be 3 down on the side of Orca Ballestra. Are they going to be able to find the zone? Yes, 66 penalty applied to them. Really? This is 1 minute and 20 seconds into it. They're finding some great pace, but Shine has another DC going for them. No.
It was kind of bound to happen. I'm not sure if they are able to stop the match anymore with the score down to 14, but it does look like they're going to have to play this out. That zone is still in their favor though, but the thing is Orca Ballestra, people to get much more easy wipeouts off the back of that, is going to have to whittle their way through these penalty points before they can actually win the game. Probably with a knockout, considering the situation we are in. However, I did want to mention once again there are 2 Zookas online for Shine, and those can, if they play them correctly, and if Orca Ballestra is not keeping their eyes out on who's got those Zookas, then that can definitely tip things in the favor of Shine, even with 3 players down. But I think that's probably not what happened at all. Orca Ballestra just know how to play against this. In this 3v4.
Yeah, it's a bit rough considering that your only main way of getting in is via like trying to get those picks, getting the chip damage together with the pencil, but I don't think they can enable that without the dualies, because the dually just gives them so much more space, so much more time to work with, because if the dualies are like going in somewhere, they can like distract or like get some chip on, let the pencil or the squeezer finish it up, and then maybe they have Zuka afterwards to be able to get that zone, but you know, I don't think that really worked out too well without it, so it's just unfortunate for Shine, but let's see if they can make it work after this. It's going to be Manta Tower, like we saw. I don't know if they want to keep Pencil here though, because keeping Pencil might be really rough to try and get paint down, trying to get sightlines down, just because of how far in you have to go into the street to be able to go through checkpoints for second and third.
Yeah.
It's going to be really rough for the Pencil, whoever's trying to push through bunker or push through mid mats.
Yeah, the map geometry can hinder it a little bit, especially with the amount of range you have with Pencil, and that's probably why it's fantastic, of course, on Splat Zones Mahi, where the range that you have and the sightlines you have kind of takes a lot of control over mid, and once you send those front lines in, especially you were mentioning the dualies before, you can get a lot of value with the chip damage, especially when you have a skirmisher just to initiate fights. Of course, they did have the V shot as well, which could fulfill that role as well. Probably in a different way from Julie's, and you do see a lot more supportive play as well from shot weapons like that. But when you don't have those Julies to go in and actually aggressively initiate fights, it kind of becomes the job of the V shot in that situation that we saw on Mahi Mahi Resort. But, you know, I think just being able to stay safe until they have the numbers down on the other side was kind of what they needed to have. And unfortunately, the Zookas weren't able to allow them to get into those situations. Tower control, however, we were talking about how the pencil probably not the best option, but what kind of thing would you switch to here?
Oh, I don't know, cause I despise playing Manta Tower sometimes. It is a anti-charger map, and I hate it here. Wink, wink. Totally not biased at all. But in my experience, if I struggle a lot, I tend to just go vanilla heavy. It has the wave breaker really strong on the bunker sides, and as well, you have a lot of paint down if you want for your team. It's going to be good enough, but the cooler situation is going to be still struggling. So sometimes we've been trying out heavy edit. It did get a buff, but let's see if Shine is on that page, and they are on that page with ballpoint. Vanilla ballpoint is another choice that I usually avoid because I don't play it. I don't know how to use Inkjet. Props to Skim to know how to use it, being so flexible as a player. But they do have Jin on that zap now to compensate for the lack of cooler that switching off pencil would be.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's going to be very useful here as a short range option, of course. Pretty much the only real short range option is everything else. The other two weapons have actually gone down on their team. Are better at like holding people back at a little bit more of a distance, of course, and especially playing around those ledges with the machine. It does look like Orca Ballestra does have the advantage in terms of taking control over Shine's bunker here, and being able to get the crab tank out here is certainly going to help their first push go in the game. Help them hopefully secure that first checkpoint as well, and as their team rotates around to control their street. Once again, this is another thing that I wanted to point out. Jade sticking to that Squiff, especially with the bubble, is always just going to be the extra bit of utility in terms of taking those checkpoints, but Jade actually went down there.
Yeah, unfortunately, that 1 point is going to prevent them from breaking that checkpoint onto that 48. They're going to be leading with a 49. Busy trying to find that pick with Bazooka. Crossing in, Jade is trying to find something, but that's really aggressive coming from them. As Orca Ballestra is following up. Getting 2 picks is a neutral situation for the both of them, and trying to find more space. But is Orca Ballestra going to hold on? No, as their Zap player, no, the Dually players went out. The tower is already back at the place where they stopped, as the Inkjet is going to try and force them out even longer as they find the other two on the other side of the map on their base, forcing them to having to retreat and think about how they want to approach this. But nobody was on tower on the side of Orca Ballestra. That's a push reset, having to wait for the tower to get to that checkpoint once again. But that's not going to take too long. It's only been 30 seconds and they're already back.
Yeah, I think that with also more players having gone down on the side of Shine here, that's just going to allow them to clear that checkpoint with a lot more ease. And now having a crab tank just to hold them back even further to stop any defenses. You can see how the tower is already just moving forward towards that last checkpoint. The amount of special output you get around this point of the game, I kind of expect we're going into a knockout situation unless Shine can actually start winning some fights. And winning fights they are.
Like you said, they won those fights crucially. They didn't, I think only 2 members of Orca Ballestra was able to grab the cooler as well. So at the moment, the effect doesn't seem to be too apparent, trying to retake mid, as looking relatively red and orange, whatever you call it, is going to be very much in favor of them. However, Jade is going to be able to find a pick there, able to force them to hold on just a little bit longer, but they're already on that approach on the bunker. They're so quick about it, Orca Ballestra, to try and take that bunker, able to force it out, but the Inkjet are going to be ignoring it, finding 2 picks. Are they going to be able to find that recall here? Unfortunately, having to trade out is just left of the dualies of Pita to try and hold on to mid. It's still in favor of them. It's still looking like Pita has the advantage here against Skim. Are they going to be able to hold down to that bunker? Yes, they are. They're going to be able to take it away from Skim.
Yeah, you don't want to be a little bit too overzealous in terms of pushing forward with, especially when you're that close to crab tank. I'm glad that they retreated just for that extra bit longer to make sure they had the crab tank at least to help them move back in once again. Once they've got Scare Shine off a little bit, you can see that the aggression is coming back into the force. Unfortunately for them, being punished, Shine here yet to get like a play for themselves in terms of getting any points on the board. They may have an opportunity coming up. three plays having gone down on Orca Ballestra.
Yeah, because on their Tri-Slosher, they down with the cooler as well, so they have to rebuild it once again. But they do have it already within like 10 seconds of respawning. And now Shine is going to be trying to push out, but the cooler and the bunker has already been retaken from Orca Ballestra. Returned away for 1 second and free down now on the side of Shine. It's just left with the Zap of Jin to try and hold on the street. 1 minute left on the clock, Lily, and I don't think this is looking too bright for Shine at the moment. They're not shining, and it's looking very dim.
Yeah, you're right in terms of things looking a little bit dim here, but I think Orca Ballestra, all they really need to do, and they're definitely not too worried unless they start losing players going to those last 30 seconds. They have lost 3 on either side. We end up with a bit of a 1v1, but those Julies and Orca Ballestra are going to be staying alive at the very end out of all of that and taking picked off by Shine here. We're just going into like a very scrappy bloodbath of a fight in these last few seconds. It's just going to be Orca Ballestra, I think, holding the lead they already have.
Oh, yeah, but the aggressiveness coming from Orca Ballestra isn't stopping. They're still trying to push through it. They're behind them on the tower already. Is Jade going to try and hold on to the tower? They actually able to stop them from considering the game state to be in favor of Shine on the tower, so they're able to prevent overtime from happening and taking game 2 definitively and winning the set.
Yeah, that was actually a very good move at the very end, even though you don't really want to be sending in your plays and dying and feeding. Both teams are kind of doing that at the very end, just trying to get back control of the tower and hopefully for Shine move it into overtime. Unfortunately, they couldn't do that. Orca Ballestra, because they had the point advantage throughout that entire game, pretty much having a player there just to either divert attention and then get on just to really divert attention from Shine. Just make sure that Shine's just at least trying to fight Orca Ballestra before they can even get onto the tower, and have the tower just like push forwards just a little bit more, just to slow down Shine from being able to move into overtime and allow Orca Ballestra some kind of constant jump back into mid, even if they did start losing players doing that. That I think definitely helped Orca Ballestra at least to keep up their presence and make sure that Shine always had like more than one thing that they were trying to focus on at once, which meant Shine was the team that was getting into that little bit of a scramble at the end. Still impressive work from both teams, actually.
Yeah, definitely. But Orca Ballestra is going to be that one to come out on top going into top 8 in Great White. But sadly, that also means it's going to be time up for us, I believe, Lily, isn't it?
It is. It's been wonderful being here with you, Lila Ross v Scope. Or Lila.
Yeah,
I'll just call you
it's
Lila.
gonna be
That's a bit of a...
it's gonna be a little bit sad to have to step off here, but we're gonna hand it off to Jorian and also NM afterwards to take over the mic here. So before we send off Lily, Gravy Bread, where can we find you? I'm sorry.
Well, you can find me on Twitter and Blue Sky and Twitch at Lily Gravy Bread. It's there up on the screen for you. You can just find me there, Lili Gravy Bread, all one word. And where can the good people of the internet find you, Lila?
You can find me on Twitter X, Blue Sky as well, under the handle of Lila Russ VScope, and I sometimes stream on YouTube as well under the handle of Lila Russ. So maybe check me out. I'm going to be doing Low Ink next week, and hopefully it will be a blast. So thank you for having me, and have enjoyed this night with you, Lily in SOS.
Yeah, and it has been wonderful being here with you as well, Lila. But, to everyone in chat, don't go away just yet. We do have 2 more commentators to take you through the rest of Top Cut. And we'll say bye for now, but there's a lot of great stuff happening soon.
That's a good second of silence. Hello there. Welcome back to Swimmer 6 130. I am Joanne and we are with NM today. How are you doing, NM?
I am doing alright. How about you?
Yeah, it's doing fine. This is going to be the first time really commentating top 8 of Great White Bracket, usually in the first half, but now in the second half. We're going to be seeing Light Bloom versus Elongated first. And oh my gosh, Elongated with a big roster.
Oh yeah, no, their roster is looking massive, massive. They got like, yeah, that's a solid 7 people. I recognize Genie there, and I've seen some of them around the block. I've seen like Merlin, some of them too. I'm pretty sure right now they're a solid Div 2 team. They have some results under their belt. And on the other side here, we have Light Bloom, which I only really recognize Snoo, and I think Fishney. Oh wait, Hornets right there. Okay.
Yeah, Hornets has been around for a very long time. Same with Snake, but mostly Hornet has been around like from the long area to now and for elongated. We both know about Genie. He's been in lands for a pretty long time. Banelands from an OG coming back to now. Shinx, Latios as well. OGs. Like basically elongated, it's all people from Splatoon 1 and Splatoon 2 from Ink Alpha, if you remember that correctly. And then going back to Splatoon 3, coming back in the comp, more or less.
Yeah. And of course, we don't have any maps from, this new update that kind of dropped a week ago, but I mean, we might see some weapons. There's a solid 7 options that people can use because, you know, we respect the voices of everybody on Twitter, and we're banning that special that I will not name for a little while until either it gets fixed or something happens about it.
And before we see Imperius, because I feel like Imperius has been more or less the main pick of a lot of people for the whole scene. Yeah, like
I
Imperius are really
can't
good
go
smash.
into one series match without seeing 7 of them. Casuals, they see Splash and I'm like, yes, I need it.
So, while talking about that, we don't see the Imperator going up, but we see from the side of Elongated being in the yellow, and Zap, that's going to be Genie on the heavy spawning Deco, and we see the splashing, we do see the shot coming in from Banelet and Shinnok on the other side of Lightbloom. We see the CDS with the chunks, we see the splash, we see the pencil, and we see the shot.
The real interesting point here, weapon is heavy Deco. It was good for a while, but nowadays you don't really see it running anymore. Because if you're a backline player, it's like you're either playing Sky Fighter or you're going just flatly. You're most likely playing a ballpoint. Seeing that heavy Deco is interesting here, and there's a very obvious reason considering the mode while we're seeing it. Rob saying that it's Lightbloom that's actually going to be getting the early lead, getting it down to 56, and getting it to late wipe as now Elongated is trying to make it back, trying to keep it out of the way. Trying to set something up. They have 2 structures active, and there it is. That's why they put heavy Deco. They have the practice.
And say about the clock she's already, we do see Genie getting 1 kill off with the Zuka support, but that's going to be killed off the Zap as well. So Elongated would be pretty much need to play black to get Genie getting killed off. Snoo is going to go for another jump, gotta get Banelet, which Banelet actually does win, but it's not going to be in class active, but has to get another kill. Fishney is and Banelet is most going to be running, but Fishney mostly will be winning that fight as Leo comes back up to go up to Shinnok on the shot. There's going to be a 2 coming out of play as well.
Yeah, we're seeing Lightbloom trying to make it back. They have the tactic cooler, which means that they can rush in and afford to get picked off and have all their pressure come back. Oh, that is tragic. Fishy dying to straight long here from the shot. As they're getting in more clans, this is the perfect opportunity to take it, and they get it, getting as many scores in as possible. But fewer of the members of Lightbloom are actually in behind them. So now this shot is trying to push up again, trying to get Hornet. Hornet's going to go down, but they're going to go down in return. But there's still clans being thrown. We're down to 28. We see the Kraken come in and try to see if they can get more. All they can afford is to get a jump in. They're up to right here, but they're going to go for that first squad, getting it down to 28.
To be honest, rude by Coyote went there on the shot, battling the Genie's Kraken actually cheesing it twice, and also Von Banelet getting a double and actually supporting his team to get all the way down to 28. But right now we do see again just a full-on fight in mid, but okay, just to be running, fighting Shinnok in mid. Shinnok is going to be mostly playing for support. They're going to play it for crab. We have Kraken coming up next time too. Time to go ahead, they popped up in the back as well. But it's mostly going to be the time for Elongated to be pushing ahead. But again, with so much space against Lightbloom, what's going to happen is going to be a really long delay.
Yeah, see here the that grab tank at the expense of the whole fight.
Well, at the Battle of the Online, there's gonna be 2 down inside of lightbloom. Again, they're just waiting. They're waiting for the long game because 2 of them just respawn. There's going to be CPS going up to jump to it soon, and there is the crash that you always mentioned before. Are they going to get the basket though? Is the question.
Oh my god, that's why I was so confused. I had this the audio. I was like, why do I hear the basket? There's no action going on.
Wow, look at that, but we just see Fizzly going in with this one, getting an assist kill on the side of Elongated, and they have an extra ball right now, so it's going to be mostly 56 plus values. That's going to be one extra climb, but they do get scored, but again, with the side of getting a jump away Fizzly, what?
It is absolutely insane going down here. Seeing the tactical is now moving to play. Now they're going to try to be more aggressive, even if the splash is going to go down here. The Suka could be able to pick off that stray zap as they're pushing it a little more and more. You see Fishy trying to stay alive, finally going for that cooler that they placed. You see the chumps coming in, trying to present some safety landing for the rest of the team, and it's 2 down on the side of Elongated. This is the perfect chance. They just need one more clam to make it super. They're going to be getting it in. Now it's the perfect time for lightbloom to start scoring. This Kraken is going to try to see them out and make sure that they can't get anything else. Meanwhile, they're just around. There's one in spawn, but they're going to get picked off. Doesn't seem like they're going to get much more in, and now they have 40 seconds to try to make something happen. They still have a super clip, so it's not the end of the world, but they got to make they protect that with their life, getting up on the splash, and now they just got to extend for something more.
You know, that's one pretty good pick by KOK getting the college tonight, but again, they had cooler, so it didn't really matter that much, but it really mattered on huge game because they are going to be super delayed. But there is 2 power clips on play, so that's going to be down to 47, or nope, that's going to be down to 45, and if they get it, it's going to be 25. They just need 3 or 4 more pretty small clamps to actually to get the lead, or at least tie it. But if we see it, it's all on mid, it's going to be going to the side of Elongated, so with 9 seconds on clock and no pinning on the side of Lightbloom, it's mostly going to be a KO from Elongated if they do get these clams in.
Wait.
Yeah, no.
Okay, they got the super clam. They got the super clam, but they're going to jump. Oh, it's so
There
over.
it is.
It's so over.
There it is. That's gonna be the finale clam. That's gonna be getting elongated 1 point. But the thing is, though, for the side of Lightbloom was elongated, the main thing is that elongated has aggression, but Lightbloom can stall a lot.
Yeah, no, Lightbloom was able to stall a good amount, but Elongated, of course, if you're going into a Clan Blitz battle, whoever has the Kraken Royale is most likely going to win. And you saw at the end there, that whole push that they might have had going, they got like the Super Clam at the last possible second. They got the qualifications for overtime, but just having that Kraken was enough to shut everything down.
Yeah, definitely. As we see on the one map strategy for the bracket where it's going to be round 2. So we'll get that fixed up soon for graphics. But we're going to be seeing next spots on the ship shake cargo. And funny enough, with round 3 being Crab Lake Central for round 1, we're going to be seeing a new map again from last season, which still is considered a new map this season.
Yeah, no, it's still a good map. I still really like that map, seeing spot zones on ship shape. I definitely say, from my experience, it is very like tri-strike heavy. We don't have any new tri-strike weapons this season, but something we did get is a new Booyah Bomb weapon. I don't know if any of these guys do play the S Blast, but I've been playing it since launch. I've literally not played anything else. That thing is like, I, it, I don't need anything else in life.
So you're an S Plus fan instead of a Custom Blaster fan who does have the splashdown, which on this map is actually pretty huge to cap the whole zone if you get into mid. But also one thing as well to know is the bubble. So we might see a double junior. Well, we might see a junior with double bomb comp going on, but there is a team that I know in the semifinals right now who is winning a junior from Wug. So maybe we'll see that junior is special in the future, but for these 2 teams mostly right now, I don't remember if anyone does want a junior, so there's not going to be no double bomb, but there's most likely it's going to be an imp parry with the splashdown or a blaster with the splashdown because of the range that you said.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, if there's going to be a triple splashdown weapon played, it is most likely going to be end parries. The only other weapon I've touched is like custom blaster, and dude, it's like they made S Blast 92 again
You mean
because
that's
it's like
plus 91?
no 92. I have to
Oh.
specifically say 92 because they both have the same problem. It's like the special, yeah, kind of worked for being aggressive. Even if the special is not the best, That's not even the main problem. It comes with the sub being absolutely useless.
Is it a bomb special splash bomb or something?
What?
Isn't the bomb like a splash bomb or burst? No, burst bomb. It's a burst bomb, right?
Yes, burst bomb for 91, but for 92 it's sprinkler, and for custom blaster it's point sensor. Like, what am I supposed to do with point sensor on a blaster? What am I gonna do with that?
They just want the new cheese on the new blaster because it's funny. Custom blaster is it's kinda Splatoon 1, but they don't want Splatoon 1. But still, blaster on Ship cargo though. Like it's mostly going to be we saw elongated and we saw Genie with the Kraken and we saw them as battling. The most going to be wanting a ballpoint on the side of lightbloom with the pencil. The most going to just want that again.
Yeah, we'll see if they run that again, if they want to go for that choice, as we're just waiting on them to get started.
Hey, 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 who's going to be the one waiting right now in the lobby? Who do you think? Actually, who do you guess? Who do you think is the one thinking so far right now? It's been more or less over 90 seconds.
I do not know who's who's taking this much time. I don't really know these people, so I don't know.
Oh,
Oh, okay,
it's
there we go.
the 90 seconds. Someone has been strategizing, and most likely that would have been the side of Lightbloom because going into Spawn 2, if they do lose this, they will be eliminated. But if, Elongated wins, they're going to be moving on to the semi-finals. And we're going to be seeing Jordan actually coming in instead of Genie with the pencil and Fishney with the pencil as well. So it's going to be more or less an equal change. Snoo is going to be running the shot with the T-Tech branding, so we're going to be seeing Triject IG74.
Yeah, no, tri-strikes are very good. That's why you see, once this map came out, that's why you saw so many Zeko pins on this map, especially on tire control, because tri-strike is just able to close out the sides and mids so easily, and so having that T-Tech is going to be very beneficial for the members of Lightbloom in order to get in the zone. As these T-Tech come from behind, trying to see if they can get a pick. They see one on the wall and get Suka straight to the dome.
By Baneless with the new song from No Codes coming in as well. Basically, the shot had No Codes to 1 off against it too, but with 62 points left on Lightbloom, again, they need to cap the zone. They're just waiting on kills instead of capping the zone, but they're mostly waiting on Special. I see Baneless going for another kill and going for the Zuka shot, gets the pencil, but the pencil wins.
Yeah. Now seeing the paint coming out, we're trying to see Fishney, trying to see if they can go in. They have the tactical cooler almost ready, which means it's almost go time for their team to try to get back in and try to make sure that the penalty that they have to get shredded. Throwing the cooler for their team, trying to paint for this area. Going to be able to get the paint, trying to go for a little bit more here, painting as much as possible. We see the splash is going to go down. They almost have the Zuka and they have the tri-strikes too. Down, they have the perfect chance to create a lockout here for the members of Elongated to make sure that they can't get in.
Yeah, I said before, they don't really know how to do Orca too much because they know how to stall, and this stall is huge right now, going into the lock of Mechanica, getting the kill once again, being a superstar for the side of Lightbloom. But with 40 seconds left, with 40 second ticks left, there's gonna be no penalty for them. You're gonna see everyone going in on a Locky 2 down, but will they be able to stall it out? No, they'll be able to cap the zone. But Chumps is active, but they immediately die.
Yep, they're going to be putting in the chumps, so hopefully the chumps will just at least distract Elongated for a little bit if Lightbloom wants to get back in. But with Elongated getting this cooler, it's going to be a little hard for Lightbloom to try to get back in because they can easily come back in with jumps, trying to go in, going to this left side, going to be able to take down Snoo, dodging all these tries. It's so close for all of them, and they're all going to go in on Shinex. They're going to be able to get on them. The Kakioka trying to come in, getting the jumps, but it's trying to back up because they're so close. They need that. They need to beat the It's elongated as it gets splatted.
They do get the lead, and them going left and right, or going all the way over the side of Lightbloom. We're going to see Snoo actually coming in, getting a double, but getting traded off on the side of Elongated, and that's going to be them capping the zone and staying in the zone actually for the side of Shanks capping the grab it, then immediately teleporting down to the floor because we love Nintendo. But we're going to see Kaiokai on the Zuka, but losing against Zuka against Banelins, but actually another way around. But still, we're going to be seeing more Trisec coming into play, and we're going to be seeing them cap the zone. They need to stay in the zone for only 5 ticks less other than elongated, but they will mostly get the lead if they do have this stalemate to stay input. But with Monkey in the lead, well, Monkey in the zap, getting the kill off but getting killed off by Pencil.
And getting killed off here. It's almost penalty gone for lightbloom. Might be able to get back this lead, but the members of the Elongated are trying to paint it. They just need a little bit more, like literally just a trim in order to get it into neutral. And they do, but not enough. They don't get the follow-up paint. And we see that the Trizuka coming out, getting that grab to the face, trying to see if they can shred it. Helps from the shredding, but they're both still kind of at a stalemate. So that is going to benefit Kakioka as it drags this member for a little bit longer, getting it down to 4. Elongated is coming back, and they have the double cooler out right now, trying to go, and they want to get these picks right now. They want to keep the aggression, getting the second cooler to along that time. All the coolers benefits, getting the CDS down, moving up on this Snipe Rider. They just have to keep hold for an extra minute, and they will be able to get the win here and move on to top 4.
Yeah, it looks like someone learned from the Div 1 finals against ASC Tenchi earlier this week that the double group con does work out and jumping into the fights. Definitely in a map like this, after going in and training off the same way from earlier in the match, but now 19 seconds left or 19 seconds left if you count about that. The strikes coming into play, but again, 3 down the side of Elongated, so Lightbloom is going to be coming in with 30 seconds to spare. And really with this scenario right now, with the Pencil already have a cooler ready as well on the side of Lightbloom, there's also going to be a chance of them to come back, but they need to play for specials in the next 17 seconds, and
Yeah, only 15 seconds left, Jorian, as they're just trying to push up as much as possible. We see a bomb being picked off for that shot. We see Kakio getting a quad!
oh, okay. Kakioka, what are you doing in the last 2 seconds? Just painting for the victory and getting a Zuka kill at the end? Well, GG's well played. This is a tight match. And also, Kakio got a grab jump scare and survived that too.
Yeah, no, suction bomb strong. That got most of the picks there. The first one and the second and third, all but the Snipe Rider were picked off by suction bombs, giving Lightbloom that win they needed to take the second match. That was crazy at the end.
Was it a wall or something? Was there some kind of secret wall there that we didn't see that got the kill? Was that just everyone just squid surging into the bomb on the side of Elongated? Definitely in that though, Elongated might be pissed because of that, and they're going to go in full force, full rage and action in the game to Town Control the Hagglefish Market.
Yeah, no, TC Hagglefish. Hagglefish, of course, being a standout in the launch for Splatoon 3 maps for being good. Uh, uh, besides the point, Hagglefish is a very good map, and I think on this one you're going to see a lot. If anybody's going to play a blaster, this is one of the map modes that you're definitely going to see it. It's tower control, and it's one of those maps that in certain spots and with the tower route favors a lot of those short range AoE shots, like under the right side drop intent, or moving up to left side on the ramp, or under that canopy on the left side. Just like going under those walls is something blasters benefit from a lot, and especially on this map mode. We might see one be played. Which ones? Well, there's a lot of options. S-Blast 91, as I mentioned before, but people also play the regular Rapid Deco or even the Range Blaster. So if we're seeing blasters, we're probably seeing one of those 3.
Because it cuts a Rain Blaster too. Just because of any means of like the bubble. That is a good possible chance because on tower control, if you put the bubble on the tower, you got a few extra seconds to spare of life, so they can just kill the checkpoint off with that while doing the AoE as you said. But really for Hackfish Market, it, it's sorry to say this, but it's really is being overused. But it's a really good map, as you said. But still, we could see Waymaker Hackfish. That's fun to see. But Tower Control is more a really good tie picker. It's we get really close games at the end, and with Elongated getting the rage and Lightbloom getting that boost from Splatoon being able to stall out, this might be a good chance for them. Actually, either way, it's gonna be more or less an equal game going to the 2-minute mark, maybe.
Yeah, it's been really good. Seeing the comps coming out here. We're seeing Genie coming back in for Elongated, picking up the ballpoint. And on the other side, we're seeing Hornet switching from the CDS to the V Machine, which is like, I got close. It's not a blaster, but it's kind of a fusion between a Slosher and a blaster. So, I don't know. But either way, we're seeing Elongated going from the 2 cooler to the 1 cooler, so we see how they're going to go with that. But keeping the tri-strikes here, which makes sense, it is TC. Those tri-strikes are going to be very beneficial for stalling it out.
Yeah, and one thing to know as well, again, Lightblue does have a crowd like last game before, but we saw immediately Elongated getting 2 down the zap, and it end the shot actually being down first, and we're going to see Amelia Lightbloom going to go to the first checkpoint while the crowd kills off the tower rider, while Sirius going to be running but getting killed off by Genie.
Yep. Trying to get back in. We see Hornet working on this right side, but Jinex does know two of them are going to be pushing into them as Genie is just trying to hold this tower. They see Snoo coming in. Snoo's going to be able to pick them off, coming from the behind here, see if there's any more members. They see two running away from that cooler on the left-hand side, trying to get the picks on them. Gets one, the other is able to try out successfully, but Snoo in the end comes out on top in that encounter, and also has that tri-strike to be able to extend their lead. Now you have the cooler, so if they want to play a little bit more aggro, they can. But they're going to use those tri-strikes to help their team try to enter in as they enter to the first checkpoint. Going to be able to take Banelands down, and it's just trying to get something else here. Gets Monkey, but it's going to go down, but still has the cooler.
Yeah, but still getting a double as well as huge. As we see again for Lightbloom, they're going to be cutting off the second tripod really quickly. But on the right, there's going to be Banelands trying to go for a kill, but no one gets a kill against Kaiokai. Kaiokai has been again being destroyed with the match once again with the shot, but they're going to be falling back. And Snooch is still going to be still up there trying to be a distraction, but getting killed off in the end.
Yeah. We're seeing Shinik trying to push up here, seeing Hornet trying to make sure they don't get busy comboed here, as they do have their crab tank at the ready, trying to push up, and two members are down on Lightbloom. So this is the perfect chance for the members of the Elongated to try to push up. Seeing that Snipe Rider on the left-hand side, trying to push up on them, but they're going to drop down. As you see the crab tank coming out here, looking at Stu, trying to get the pick. Stu popping those tri-strikes, trying to stall it out a little bit longer as Hornet sees them, almost gets the pick, but is going to go down to another member.
Yeah, but this is the patient game for Lightbloom as it mentioned before. They're going to try to be stalling out for a little bit and go back to the end game for this scenario. But again, if Lightbloom does, Lightbloom doesn't get the checkpoint, and Elongated does actually get the checkpoint as they do right now, this might be a little bit of a snowball.
Yeah, this might be Snoo trying to make something happen here. Is able to get a pick, sees Genie, who are going to go down. Just two left alive as they're trying to fight for their lives. Monkey is going to go down. They're trying to get back on tower. They do. They're getting that check. Snoo's going to get Genie, but is going to go down themselves just before they get that tri-strike. And there's just one member left alive from Elongated. They're trying to jump in, but they're going to be picked off. But they got it to 11.
Welcome back to the patient game, everyone. There's going to be 2 minutes left of the clock, and with Lightbloom again having a big hefty penalty to go to. Kaioka is going to be in a 2v1 scenario. What kind of kill off? That's going to be Kaioka on the right with Banelands and Genie together, actually back together. Well, Shinix and Monkey there now together, but Genie's going to be on the left trying to go kill off from the sneak side, but Hornet being stuck in the 2v1 scenario as well. It's going to be everyone under the tent.
Yeah, going to be picked off here. We're seeing the tri-strikes coming out from Snoo. Snoo is doing a really good job of just keeping that aggression with their tri-strikes and making sure that they get the picks necessary for their team to push up and take the tower. Getting 1, 2 down. They're trying to push a little bit more. Sees the other two. And it's just not even scared to go up there. Just going full force, not caring what happens. Just getting the picks they need. We see Hornet down here just trying to get their Booyah Bomb. They're very close to it. This is going to be one of their last pushes with 1 minute left on the clock, and they're using all their specials right here to make sure that they get it. Booyah Bomb is a little overshot, but they're going to try to work with it before going down themselves. And Jinex is going to be able to get 3.
It was a little bit unfortunate that the video was going to be a little bit overshot with the time because that's going to be a scare tactic. But again, with 42 seconds left on the clock, they do have the Zuka. They do have the tri-strike still in play. Zuka's going to be in play trying to distract everyone else on Elongated to get back. That's going to be actually going to be 2 down inside of Elongated actually. We need to see Lightbloom go up and battle against battle against Monkey. They do have cooler ready though. They are going to be cooler up as though they're going to be respawning really quickly as we saw the rest of the team on Elongated this.
Yeah, 17 seconds left on the clock, and the members of Lightbloom are doing a really good job of trying to progress. The tri-strikes coming out here, trying to see if they can get anything. It's not going to be able to, as Snoo is just trying to go for one last hurrah, trying to get these last picks. There's so many members. Snoo has to back up. They're just trying to live, but there's one going for the tower. Jinex, they got to get the pick. They do, but he's going to go for the tower, and it's going to get the game, and that is going to be a 2-1 win for Elongated.
Light loomed into the darkness for Lightbloom, and Elongated came back to the victory, and then they will be moving on to the semifinals against Snowcat or the pickup behind the slaughter, aka R2K pickup.
Yeah, either way, that was a really nice set, especially for us coming in at this for our first set coming in here. And of course, we got two more sets that we're going to be seeing on stream here. So the excitement and the things that we're going to be seeing it's not ending here. There's a lot more that we are going to be looking at.
Yeah, and one thing as well, most likely we can maybe see the bracket being already set up, and we're going to be seeing on the top half. They're mostly already playing, surprisingly, so we're going to be seeing Snowcat versus Elongated on stream next because Orca Ballestra versus XOXO is going to be on the top half, and Orca Ballestra is only one game ahead.
Yeah, they're only one game ahead, so they can most likely bring it back.
Yeah, they can. This is still a best of three scenario because in finals it's going to be best of five. If anyone is new to SOS, it's going to be a basically 4 hour tournament. So all these brackets are going to be best of three all the way to finals. And third place match which is going to be best of five. And also, by the way, Torrent got eliminated by XOXO 2-0, and Torrent is in the four finals.
Mm. And who is XOXO?
XOXO is a pickup. Let's see if I remember correctly. The reference is a part of the new mode. That's one thing to say about that. Much more people to know. Oh, wait, it's just flower pot as a pickup.
Oh, oh. All right, that checks out a little bit then. Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of does. But yeah, mostly so far. Semifinals are gonna be coming up next. Again, Elongated, who just won a 2-1 against Lightbloom versus Snowcat, who won a 2-1 as well against the pickup behind the slaughter. Wow. Well, we'll be right back.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to SOS. I'm NM, back again. I fixed my mic. For some reason, it was set to 15 out of 100. I don't even remember doing that, but we ball. And of course, I'm here with Julian again, as we're seeing Elongated still, but going up against Snowcat, which is basically the if one pickup that was She's Giving Leg, I think it was called.
Yeah, it's basically that, and also tech support. It to the rescue, yippee! But also the funny enough, I said about bug last round, with the junior. We might see that again if there is a zones map in this map list, but we're going to be seeing one as we see on the bottom right. But not Splatoon. It's going to be Waymaker Humpback.
Yeah, Rainmaker Humpback it has surprisingly been, it's been a popular choice since it's came out. And of course, Humpback Pump Jack was met with a lot of discontent when we first saw it. A lot of people were not happy about it, but Rainmaker has come to be a shining mode and being like, oh my god, this is actually one of the best Rainmaker maps we have seen in the game thus far, being one of like the Rainmaker Core 3 alongside like Undertow Spillway and Scorch Gorge of being these maps that like normally aren't good, but then Rainmaker.
Yeah, because Waymaker is the best games that we can always get content for. As we're merely going to be going into the map, we're going to be seeing Elongated on the alpha once again. Well, we're going to be seeing on the side of Bravo, Snowcat. We, we love teams like that. But honestly, again, we're going to be seeing on the teal, we're going to be seeing the back cone of invincibility from Lily says. Shing next is going to be on the Whitebird, we're going to be seeing the shot, we're going to be the zap on the side of Elongated.
Yeah, of course, seeing the comps here, we see the ballpoint nouveau, which is very obvious why they pick it on Humpback Pump Jack Rainmaker. It's very, very integral that you have an ink. We see a lot of players always going for that BPN. Oh, but that is unfortunate seeing your jump getting picked off mid-air as Snowcat is going to be able to get the early lead, immediately breaking this check as they prop the bubble up on the checkpoint and is trying to make something more happen here. Going to be pushing in on Monkey, going to be picking them up, popping the Azuka here, trying to see if they can get it. Gets one, gets two. It is just Genie left alive with that ink back, but they're going to go down. Not before getting a pick on the shot, and now Wug trying to get more of a lead, even if Ori is going to go down there.
The zone of invincibility does not actually get the lead on the side of Elongated because getting that 2 down scenario and also getting the chip damage from the Zuka from Snowcat. But we see Vlog here again playing with the team, playing slow, getting all the way down to 37, getting 2 kills with the Mimic as well, getting the cool up and play as well. That's gonna be a wipeout. Oh my gosh, that's gonna be an instant KO. That's only a minute 30-second game.
Wow, that was just so dominant. They got their first push, and that was just it.
It's called patient. And we know that mostly on the side of like playing the junior. Being a junior specialist, they know how to play patient. They know how to throw bombs to wait. They know how to play the Waymaker basically. They played patient, they're playing with the team, and they all push up together, just following Vlog and following the objective. It's just really good that synergy they had all along here.
Yeah, seeing that come out is just what truly got Snowcat the lead, and now they're just going to try to keep that with what they're going into next, being Clamblitz on Inkblot Art Academy.
Why not you talk about a little bit of Columbus Ink Block Art Academy on the side of Elongated roster because they are going to be one down now. Again, we saw the ballplay come and play on the side of Genie. Do you think that Jordan's going to be changing back with the pencil? And they're going to be trying to like snipe that out like that? Or no?
I could see them going pencil because again, pencil is just really strong right now. Of course, being really good for spamming tacticooler and giving that chip damage. I could easily see them going for that double cooler comp of Zap and Sniper as we saw before. We're just gonna have to wait and see on what they feel like is gonna be the best option. If they want to keep with the Splatlings or go for the Sniper.
Hmm. But again, on the side of Snowcap, we didn't really get that much to talked about that much before. Again, because we went immediately to the game, but we immediately talked about Yolanda a lot as well. But again, Snowcat, as you said, she's giving leg before Ori Tobayu. Toby, Vlog and Tamako. Again, Tamako and Toby both were playing Shaw and Zap. Well, Yeah, I think it was Charles Zap, and they were just playing really gun blazing with them. While Wug again on the junior main, still just playing good chip damage for the rest of the team. While Oi, they were playing the pencil, correct?
Hmm.
Oh no, slot machine. They had a slot machine, and that was one of them. And they really just had more aggressive comp than backline comp.
Yeah, no, they have more aggression. Of course, they have the junior in order to get the bubbles to aggress more with the shot and the Neo machine. And of course, the sniper rider giving all the coolers that they needed. And now we're getting into the second game, seeing the comps we have coming out here, and we're, it's Clanwoods. We should have expected the heavy deco.
What happened? What happened? And
There's a heavy deco right over there on Elongated. You see that little thing with the point sensor.
oh yeah, I do see it. Zap. But what do you see on the other side, on the yellow, on the side of Snowcat?
The only change I'm seeing here is trading out the Zuka machine, going for that Booyah bomb with the V machine.
And with that kill off immediately, again, that's going to be 2 down in a matter of 15 seconds. No, not even 15 seconds. It's going to be in a matter of 25 seconds. It's going to be 4 down inside of Snowcat, and we're going to see Elongated just immediately going into the basketball with no clowns until now. And it's going to be 80 points ticked off remaining.
Yeah, 80 points ticked off as they're just trying to aggress a little bit more. 2 down on the side of Snowcat here is Elongated. It's just trying to make sure that they can keep that lead, trying to put in little clams here and there. The junior trying to come in. Oh, I got
Oh yeah,
Toronto.
right, same it too. Whoops.
It's actually going to be Snowcat here that was trying to keep that lead, and it's got a lot more clams coming in as Elongated. It's just trying to keep that push, and we're seeing Genie here now having that cracking, trying to go in. We're seeing Wug and Tobieri trying to stay back a little bit, trying to zone things out, trying to scope them out, seeing what's going on here. Just seeing Banelands trying to push up. They see Wug retreating back. They're trying to see what they can do. They have the cooler, so they can afford to be a little bit more aggressive here. Ori is weak, and they're trying to push more on them, but it's time to go back on this left side. They have their Zuka so close, but it's going to be picked off by the machine before going down themselves. And now the Kraken is down. That's not going to be good for Elongated.
Machine range strong, shot strong. There's going to be a Zuka coming into play now. That's going to be more or less a big hit if actually Banelands had something to say about that and getting the kill off on the shot as well. The Kraken's going to be coming out, but again, they only have the pity clamp. Why can't they get killed off? There's going to be 2 down inside Snowcat, but actually, that's going to be Oi getting the kill. They are cooled up. That's going to be a trade. Shed has a clamp shot, but they get killed off. Oh my god, and is Monkey going to get cut off? But they do.
Yeah, no, they get that bomb kill that they had with the Splat Bomb that Wug was just throwing out was just so beneficial in stopping that push because it was able to pick off Chinex with that splash and make sure that they didn't score. And now they're just trying to keep that lead. They see the Booyah Bomb and the Tactical Cooler coming out. The big bubbler is at the ready too, and they can use that on their spawn point. They're so close to another Super Clam as they get it here, and it's trying to make sure they live here. If they have the cooler, they want to make sure that they don't go down. They don't want to give up the positions that they do already have. This Banelands is pushing in. They're just trying to use the big bubbler in order to protect it here. And you see Joy, they're getting off. They have the Kraken. They trigger their chance. If the others are able to keep that defense, they could be able to score something here.
Yeah, but we're going to be seeing the offense on the side of Snowcat because again, all the shots are still alive. We're going to see the Zuka shot coming up soon. The Sarge machine going down. They were so close to be up, but we do see Genie with the Kraken cheese coming into play. But there was no one with the ball until now. The Shin picks up. There's going to be 2 down on the side of Snowcat, but there's going to be 1 down because of Cooler once again. The Cooler is going to be in front of the basket, so they need to swim on beside the basket on the side of Elongated. But again, that's going to be the end of the punch because the Kraken was a little bit too late, and everyone was just panicking on the side of Elongated, actually.
Yeah, no, everybody was just panicking there. Different people were going down, and they just did not know what to do. The Kraken wasn't able to get down below. There's nobody holding the Rainmate, the Super Clam, but they do have a minute and a half to try to make something work. And while Snowcat has a lead, it's not a lead that has to be super scary. They're able to get one good push or semi-decent push, they can be able to get that lead. They just need to get that little oomph that they need. And Genie going down there is not going to be that.
Yeah, but again, this is the one whole scenario that we saw inside of Elongated. They were playing fast so much and they were waiting for Touch to come back in, but on the side of Snowcat, they just don't care. They have specials and they have mostly a lot of bombs to come into play. And we see Rug again jumping back to the base. Again, this is the second time that they got saved by a jump, which is huge for the junior player because if they were able to spot bombs still, they don't really have a chance for Elongated to move, which is going to be huge as the Kraken's going to be still alive and Cooler's going to be coming out. There's 25 seconds left on the clock. Kraken is going to be dead.
Yeah, no, they don't got much time left, and Toby Yaro is making sure that they don't move up muscle up here. While Shinex is trying to scope out Plat here. They see the cooler, they're trying to move up towards it and trying to get something here. Mainland's going to go down straight left alive and elongated as they're just trying to make something work, trying to shred the bubble. Two of them are going to go down. They have the cooler, they can come back. They have 10 seconds left left, and they're jumping back over to spawn, but Wug is going to be able to score, and they're staying there for a little bit longer. This might be 2-0 from Snowcat here, and yes, that is going to be a 2-0, moving up Snowcat to grand finals.
Yeah, in this game we saw for Snowcat once again from last round, aggression, just fully aggression that basically elongated. Just didn't know what to do because they were just so relying on specials on this round. They were just relying on the patience game. But with a comp like this, like how could you fight against that? Honestly.
Yeah, and they just had the perfect comp for what they needed to do and what their players wanted to play to in terms of their strengths. Just you see the bomb spam, the specials, the defense, everything that Snowcat was using on both of those games was so beneficial to them that it left elongated scrambling, and that's what is getting them now to grand finals of Great White. And looking at the other games we got going on here, it seems the other team we have their ticket punched, and it is going to be that Flower Cup XOXO. So we're going to go on a quick break as we got the teams that we need to watch. So we'll be right back with Grand Finals XOXO versus Snowcat.
Yup. So we didn't know decide who to intro, but yeah. We're going to be going to grand finals, or really finals, because it's single elimination of SOS 130 Great White Bracket. We just saw Snowcat 2-0 against Elongated, but now we're going to be seeing the Flower Pot pickup, aka XOXO, based off the emote, on the side of the top half, who 2-1 against Orca Ballestra. That's mostly if they are Div 3 pickup as basically as well, but we're going to be going to a best of 5 scenario this time as well.
Yeah, and of course we saw what Snowcat was doing during the prior matches that we're seeing during the previous round. We know how strong that this team is. So XOXO right now is currently in that underdog scenario, seeing if they can go up and beat Snowcat, or if Snowcat is going to take that win as they were predicted to do in this scenario, going up against them in this round. And
Yeah.
we're going to be seeing that on Tower Mako.
Oh, Talamiko. What a thing of this map, really, being from S2 going to S3. But really, for Talamiko, we're going to be seeing, again, with the Snowcat, the roster of 4, Vug, Toby, Ori, and oh, I forgot the other one. But we're mostly going to be seeing a machine. We're going to be a shot from Toby. We're going to see the machine from Ori once again. We're going to see the Vug with the bubble. The last player is going to be seeing the pencil. Once again, honestly, because they won the last time, they worked out pretty well. They're going to be have a cooler. They can still throw balls and all that. They're mostly going to be doing that once again.
Yeah, we're most likely just gonna be seeing that again. But in terms of XOXO, I know they're a notable team, like Flower Pot in recent months, but I haven't really been keeping up. So I know DD is like a slosher player. I know that much. So in terms of the others, I am kind. Oh wait, that kid is right there. I don't even know what bro's gonna be doing.
Well, for that kid, we're going to be seeing the shop. We're going to see DD as Slot, as you said. We're going to see Mocha with the side of the new Splatana, with the Splatana Stamper Neo, and we're going to see more on the pencil.
Yeah, of course the Stamper Nouveau is one of the new weapons, and I will always call it Nouveau. I do not know why it's called Neo. I do not know why they're trying to gaslight us. That sticker is Nouveau. Oh my. Okay, that kid is that kid getting two with the Trizuka immediately off the bat and sending Snowcat in a really bad scenario going up to the first check immediately.
Oh god, the Zuko double play is going to need to actually the Penta trying to go as much as they can against that kid, and you're going to be seeing against Didi, but again, you're going to be seeing the checkpoint being killed off for the side of XOX, so going to see Didi get immediately punished by the side of the Zuko. They're going to be 2 down once again on the side of Snowcat being overly aggressive against Mocha. Mario is going to be on the tower, and we're going to see that kid being that, not even that kid, that boy this time, just waiting for his sake, trying to be annoying against the pencil.
Yeah, but we're seeing the members of XOXO coming back here. We're seeing the Nouveau with its new kit, pushing up the crab tank, going to be able to pick off Tomiko pretty easy here. Looking at Bug and see what else they can pick off with the crab tank right now. They're just trying to hold on to this right stack, trying to keep their life here. And
Mocha DC? The Mocha DC might happen maybe, but they're still playing maybe, who knows? But they might just be called up by their mom or something. But we're going to be seeing the 22 seconds of the clock, going to take the clock on the clock. Actually, Mocha is finally playing once again, and we're going to be seeing 12 seconds left.
Yep. On the clock here, getting for that third check. XOXO is doing really well, and they just got to keep that life. They have to pick up Wug here. Wug is going to be able to get the pick as the other two are trying to go back. It's just the Snipe Biter as that kid is going to stay on there. And as we saw Snowcat in the previous round being very dominant, now we're seeing EXO coming back with that same energy, but stronger.
Again, the same energy but stronger, the same aura of Snowcat, but stronger this time. The synergy, again, is there for both teams, but for the side of Snowcat, we saw full aggression play off, and they played it up super well on the side of Flowerpot, aka XOXO. But for the side of Snowcat, again, they tried their best. But oh my gosh, what can we even say? The synergy that we saw from XOXO, the whole camp out phase against that kid did start with the double from that kid. I think that left Snowcat frazzled a little bit from the start, and then it snowballed from there.
Yeah, imagine seeing two-year players out of nowhere just get snapped out of existence, and then just trying to come back from that while the other team is still like aggressing and they're constantly going at you. and you're just trying to scramble. And on Mako, that's really you don't have a lot of room. And if they're able to get on your backside, you're done. You're just done.
Yeah, but talking about going from the backside and then down Ravenco Museum, this is another aggressive heavy map. But on the side of Snowcat, again, if they're running the same comp, we might see pretty well the same thing, but again, going on the side of Snowcat being on the more defensive side because this map is more spaced off. There's going to be a big middle, but on the side of XOXO, the Stamper Crab, the Slosher, they can just sledge from them there, and also they can just secure mid.
Yeah, no, they can be able to do that. And as a lot of top players have been saying since the kit has been announced, Splatana Stamper Nouveau is a very Rainmaker centered weapon with the whole kit it's got going on. I mean, Stamper with a crab tank, that you're never going to be able to outshred that thing.
And also the subkit being points
Nah, it's
sensitive?
Toxic Mist.
Okay, no, that's even more of a Rainmaker kind of pick right there because they can just put on the checkpoint.
Yeah, no, that is just a completely perfect split, like Rainmaker weapon, alongside just being a top tier in every other scenario too. And of course, seeing that Nouveau staying here and seeing most of the comps, yeah, the comps are going to be mostly staying, but we're seeing Ori actually learning from Didi and switching off machine to go for those strikes and to go on that slosher.
So we're going to be seeing only one difference here. XOXO is going to be having the GF from White, but on the side, XOXO is going to be having the swap, yeah. XOXO is going to have to stand for itself, while Snowcat is going to stop the Junior. But again, the same thing at the start of the game from last time, 2 down on the side of Snowcat.
Oh, and immediately XOXO is going to be able to take the checkpoint, and we see DD so close to their strikes, going to be able to get them here, and is going to try to use them to extend the lead, trying to bomb out and trying to seed out anybody from the spinner here, as they're trying to push forward. But of course, with a mirror comp, you're going to have mirror specials, and we're seeing that tri-strike coming out here. Going to be able to pick off DD as they're just trying to aggress up. Wug trying to go in, 2 down on the side of XOXO. Wug trying to play for life as it's just a Splatana Stamper Nouveau going straight in for it as a junior, but it's just trying to bomb him out and just be able to see him out. Snowcat is now trying to get something to get going.
The stalemate, the delay that kid did on the side of against Snowcat actually it was crucial play because everyone wanted like to respawn. There's gonna be the bubble coming out from Blood, but the bubble is down there enough against Pencil, and they get killed off by that kid on the Zuka. That's gonna be 3 lives taken over from them, and it's gonna be the slosher from Ori jump back again with XOXO having already the Pencil already taken off for the checkpoint. They can just run all the way to mid with the help of the rest of the team.
Yeah, no, they can just run all the way. They're getting all the paint that they need for that Zuka because they want to get that Zuka and they want to get it now. We're seeing Mar coming in here, trying to push up with the Rainmaker, trying to see who they can seed out.
Wow.
But the Zuka is just going to come from the top of that spinner and just pick them off. As we see the other members of Snowcat coming in here, Tacticooler at the ready, trying to see who they can pick off and who they can take down. As we're already seeing Tomoko trying to go for a jump. They'll say, I will do anything for that jump. I will do anything at the top of their own life.
Yeah, Constant the Olaf D actually cuts the Olaf gets Bowie getting the assist kill on the side of XOXO, but Snowcat it's being a live Mocha running Bowie failed. Wow. But that's gonna be a pencil checkpoint taken of Snowcat, so now it's gonna be an equal game.
Yeah, no, this is a perfect chance for Snowcat to take and extend their lead. Going to the 30s, going down all the way to 28. Now the ball is in XOXO's court as they got to make something work here, but the Trizuka is going to get most of the members pretty weak. The other Trizuka coming out, going to be able to pick out just 2 left alive, but they got their lead all the way to 23, and they're not going to be stopping as they got the cooler, and they got the on that kid. So they're just going to try to extend as much as possible.
Shredded Bomb goes all the way against this man. Mocha's going to be on top of the crab trying to get Vug behind, and the Vug is going to be taking it back. Same with Ori, so there's going to be good defense on the side of XOXO, claiming back the base. But again, for the mid, with 2 minutes left on the clock, Mocha just going to go for a little bit of soda real quick, and they're all going to be going for the checkpoint. Well, going to the checkpoint, spawn lead on the side of Snowcat, so they have the aggressive push.
Yeah, no, they're trying to get that aggressive push, but we're seeing the Trizuka come out once again, trying to see what they can get, but it's going to go down as Mocha is just pushing up even more and more, trying to get what they can get, getting the Tacticooler right now, and just trying to get something for their team. they can get on the spinner after the tri-strike is over with that crab tank, they might be able to extend the lead even more, getting the pick on Ori, trying to fall down and flank on them, as Bar is just waiting very patiently here to make sure that when they go up, it's going to be safe for them.
Yeah, but we cannot count a DD on the side of the Slaughter, just helping more as much as possible to paint, just as possible to be safe. And we see again with Mocha on the crab, we got DD still trying to pass it. Oh my gosh, they got killed off by a bomb.
Yeah, with a slow weapon like that, sometimes just the simplest bomb at the wrong time can just be a world of hurt for you.
Oh my gosh.
Or it's just junior moment.
Honestly, yeah. With 38 seconds left on clock as well. What do you think Snowcat can do to really come back from this? No, wait. XOXO can come back from this actually because Snowcat has to lead.
They need specials. They need to set up that crab tank on spinner here. They need to use that Shizuka to seed out the other members, and they need to use the Tri-Strike in order to protect what is ideally the Snipe Rider carrying the Rainmaker right after they pop Cooler in order to get them in. They just need to use their specials effectively here and make sure they have the Snipe Rider getting that Cooler off and going in with it, as we're seeing them getting a pick, but that's the Stamper going to go down as that kid is just trying to extend as much as possible. They see Tomoko, they're trying to go on them, they drop on the right side, they're going to be able to get the trade. Ori is there, is just trying to back up, trying to stay alive. They have the triple pick trade at the ready, they're trying to flick right, they have the bubble at the ready, they just want to seeing Ori here trying to run in, but there's so much stopping them. That kid is going to go down to a stray slasher as they're just jumping back. They got what they wanted.
Play safe and cope when they come into play right now. Tomoko getting killed off actually, but inside the Slaughter, it's going to be Mori being left alive with that kid, but the Penta's going to be on top. There's going to be the only vehicle left with 52, 51, 49, but soon enough getting killed off, and that's going to be killed off by the side of Toby, and that's going to be 1-1 to Snowcat.
Yeah, you saw that they were doing a really good push, but they were like, we learned from the last game, we know how aggressive you're going to be, and we're just going to try to counteract that by making sure that we exploit all your weapons weaknesses, all the slowness, trying to get as much tactical as possible, just trying to be in your face and not being scared of any fight. That is what Snowcat did, and now they're in a 1-1 setting, going on to Clan Blitz Manta.
Yeah, patience. Patience has been played against Snowcat, against the aggression play game of XOXO. So well played against Snowcat for that, learning from that. And in a really aggressive mode as well, being vaping because you had to keep on going forward and push ahead. But now with Columbus on Manta Maria, being as closed off map just like tower control on Mega Mode, well really Mega Mode in general, we could see XOXO going the same aggressive play, but again, because there's going to be more high walls, the Stamper on the side of XOXO, they might see Mocha go for the other Stamper this time, the more aggressive one, than the supportive one.
We might see. I mean, it definitely is a more supportive, kit with Toxic Mist and Crab Tank. It's going to be more supportive, especially because I don't know what support player loves Zipcaster and is trying to spam that. But of course, both Stampers right now are in a pretty good spot and have their different strengths and weaknesses because of those kits. So in terms of what we can see here, because of this, we could see either or can work here.
Yeah, but on the side of the Miracle for the rest of the team, really, on the side of Snowcat, it might just be the same thing. We're going to be mostly seeing the Junior coming up from Mug once again, which is going to be huge for jumps. We might see XOXO go for a Kraken Cheese on a Splatting, maybe? That is possible, or even a 96 Gal Deco. Or, that is possible.
That is possible, seeing like a 96 Deco or some kind of other Kraken weapon. We didn't see any get added, so what we were saying 3 months ago is still pretty much stagnant here. Most likely you're going to see a 96. If somebody's a backline player, maybe they'll go to heavy. Other than that, I don't expect anybody to touch Roller or Blob. People don't want to touch that.
Hi Skep. They put blobs though. Mostly, no, blob would still be a good pick though, because that's going to be really annoying with the bubble pick. But that might just be something going from DD. And they don't. Oh well. Wait! Oh no, I thought that
No.
was a Deco. I thought that was a Deco Launcher.
No, nobody changed anything going on here. Everything from last match is going to be the same on this match for the comps.
Yeah, again, we're going to be seeing double pencil, double slosher, double shot. But again, difference going to be the Stamper and the Junior once again. Snowcat is going to be in the pink. XOXO is going to be in the green.
We're seeing Tamako already trying to push up on this left side. They have the Trizuka here, trying to see if they can get any picks. Gets one on Mocha, and another on DD. Just that perfect angle that they got. And this is the perfect chance for Snowcat to push up with some aggression and try to get a basket in.
Yeah, I think a little bit too early though until now because Tomoko is going to be having a shot coming to play with a little bit of end lag for the basket to be open. They do finally open the basket and they're going to be having only 71 points open. And that's going to be another ball going in, so that's going to be maybe 51 if Toby does get the ball in, which they do.
We're seeing Tamako come in here, trying to get a pick on that kid with the jump, but it's not able to do it. Getting the lead all the way to 51 right off the bat in the first minute here, as XOXO is not taking the moment to being like, damn, they got this lead, but it's like, we're going in, we're getting picks, we are going to get this back, and we are going to win this game. We already seeing the Trizuka at the ready here. We got the Tri-Strike at the ready. We have Crab Tank too. They have all their specials. They have the Cooler at the active. This is the perfect chance for them to try to pop it here and try to get something going.
Again, everyone from that kid, from the rest of the team on the side right there, Joe, from Mar, from TD, from Mocha, they're all playing the Shulker game right now. And we're going to see all of Snowcat actually being stuck in the bunker. They actually were playing to actually make them all crumbled up to go for the Tri-Strike, which is actually pretty huge. Oi almost got caught in the crossfire to try on the Tri-Strikes, but for right now, with 2 down inside back to XOXO, that play really failed a little bit, but again, this is all just a pain against mid right now. For all teams, for all players. That's what they just want right now.
Yeah, but we're seeing a jump come out of nowhere for the members of XOXO, going to be able, as they're all over there by the basket, is able to get the lead.
Gosh, the lead by 1 point. The jump out from Mark getting killed off by Vlog on the bomb. That's going to be another kill for Marco by this. I think that was a Stamper actually getting the kill off to Marco. So the light from the stage is going to be pretty huge. But no, that was actually that kid. That kid's hyped to Zuka ready as well. So there might be another punch getting ready soon. But we're going to be seeing another ball getting ready on the side of Snowcat. Just in case of a slip.
Yeah, no, we're seeing here Mocha trying to come in from this left side, trying to see what they can do, jumping in to see if they're going to be able to get the basket, trying to live here, just running away as much as possible, but no, they're going to be picked off, or he's going to be able to get that pick. Just trying to push up a little more and more here. As you can see, they're going to be going in. They have the Cooler at the ready, just trying to push up as much as possible. We're seeing, trying to get that bomb pick, going to be able to get it, but a jump out of nowhere!
Oh my gosh, that kid jumping to Mar is pretty huge right now. That's going to be 2 down, 3 down on the side of XOXO. Morclan's going to be jumping in a little bit too more as Mar has been sticking into the base of the side of Snowcat. So many, the Snowcat is going to lose the ball as well. But actually, oh my gosh, the bubble save though on Snowcat earlier just actually damaged a little bit less than before, because if they actually didn't get the kill for Mocha actually, then maybe that push might have not happened earlier. But for right now, with that push going into play, 40 against 51.
Yeah, no, as we see DD is trying to make something happen here, trying to get some picks. They're so close to their Tri-Strike here that they can easily use that to try to push something more here. But as we see, the Stamper's going to go down, but DD's going for it. They're going for it.
What found him out?
Go for another jump. They're going for another jump.
Oh my gosh, they did it. Indeed, behind the base as well. That's going to be 3 clans right now for these going into 22 points. They just need to get 1 pity really and 1 extra clan. That's going to be a win for them. Mocha getting cut off by Tamago, but there's going to be 2 free clans on the side of Snowcat because of this scenario.
If I was Tobieri right now, I would be paranoid as I could be. I'm leaving my spawn now. I will never want to leave spawn again. I will stay there because that is the 3rd time they have gotten a jump.
And oh my god, that's going to be another kill from Tamago going for Azuka. Arc kill. 1 from earlier, 2 from earlier actually, but 3rd on this time. They're going to be seeing 3 balls coming to play, but we're going to be seeing that kick getting immediately eliminated. Tamago's going to be able to put it in the clam, but again, where's the rest of the team?
Yeah, no, where is the rest of the team? As we see, they're just easily able to aggress on them with just a few seconds left. This is their last push that they can try to make. They're trying to go for the basket. They're trying to go for jumps, but wait. Oh, so close. They got that ball in, but they're able to get something else in. Oh, that's going to be game. That's a Stamper going on jumps. Do you think you're going to live that?
They're so fortunate they weren't able to live that. And the funny thing too, they had the pity climb as well, but no one was able to pick it up in time. And that's going to be XOXO winning winning the third game this time, second point, but too close for them to handle this time.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing to say. Just too frazzled about that Clam Manta last game. The end push, the sneaks from that kid, the sneaks from Mar, the sneaks from Didi that we saw in 4K in action too. Were you just shocked from all that?
Yeah, no, I was shocked like the amount of times that XOSO was just able to sneak somebody in, just run in from that right side and just like, hey, somebody jump to me, get that jump, get that score so many times. It was my god.
Well, it's definitely crazy, but there's definitely a plan that we can see from both teams from that last game. XOXO has been going for aggression. We already know that before. They go for kills, they go for pushing, they go for power. But on the side of Snowcat, they were just going all for paint. They were just trying to secure the ground while going for special and kills as a like a sub goal, but they mostly were trying to go for paint the whole time. They were all fighting for mid the whole time, and every time they did one that, we saw XOXO sneak from behind and get those baskets in. But again, on this map mode, Splatzone's on Hagglefish, the final destination of Splatoon 3 basically is going to be paint versus power once again, but we're going to be seeing Snowcat with the paint advantage this time on this map. But for XOXO, will they be able to have the sneak advantage?
We'll have to see here. Of course, they have that Stamper Nouveau that's been doing really well for them. Crab Tank, as we know from the infamous Crab Tank meta, the Splash-O-Matic, and
Yeah.
what and how it's been keeping alive a little bit with Splat Dualies and what we've been seeing with that weapon. Crab Tank is going to be really essential on this map, but mesh that in with what a Splatana Stamper can do from the sides and flanking in alongside that Crab Tank. It's going to be very flexible, and it's going to be one of the keys needed for XOXO's success alongside having that snipe writer always being alive and always painting like there is no tomorrow.
Yeah, but here's one thing though that we've got always playing, always going to be playing Machine. Because the Machine has the Booyah Bomb, which is going to be Instacap, which they actually
No,
don't.
always being Slosher, actually.
Wow. Okay.
I just
Well then. What do you say about this comp then?
I feel like I just heard a little bit of your soul leave your body. Slosher.
Well, but yeah, basically nothing changed. If you wanted to know, nothing changed, but we're going to be seeing Snowcat in the orange, getting the first captain zone, but we're going to be seeing XOXO on the purple. They're going to be getting the first lead.
Yeah, no, they're going to be getting the first lead, and of course, we haven't really talked about Big Bubbler and what he can do on this map mode, but of course, as you see there, it can hold off a good amount of the zone, and of course, it's a junior, so Bombs will be able to pick off Didi as Wug is trying to stay alive, and all of these tri-strikes are going in on the zone. This zone is so easily contestable, and you're going to be seeing it so many times, either just like very stagnant or back and forth, and Wug is going to be picked up immediately by that Zuka from that kid as the members of XOXO are trying to go on this left side and trying to keep this aggression that they are starting to get.
Yeah, but immediately getting killed up by Tamago, that's going to be 2 down from that shot actually, or mostly 1 down, but still 1 chip damage as well. There's going to be a jump from Mocha, but Oi not getting the kill up, but getting killed off Mocha instead. The back and forth that you said before is going to be happening once again. That's going to be a kill, not a kill actually from Vlog getting a bomb kill, that's going to be chip damage once again. But from what we see from Snowcat, no penalty on this side in 2 ticks.
Yep, but as we see Snowcat is trying to get that paint as Mocha is just trying to get back on here, trying to see what they can do, maybe trying to play their Crab Tank here. But the bomb is going to come in, is going to pick off that kid here. As Mocha just trying to stay alive, seeing all their comrades go down, backing up a little bit and deciding maybe I go on this tent. Maybe pop my special. Maybe I can get something going here. And we see the Crab Tank coming in, going able to pick off Tomoko. They're just trying to give jumps and just trying to get picks as 2 down on the side as Snowcat. I know this is a perfect time for Mocha to go up with their Stamper, trying to get a pick on Tobiyaru.
Yeah, and D trade off that revenge 2v1 against Snowcat, 2 going off in the and getting kill off Snowcat in that bottom right that we saw a little bit earlier, but we're going to be seeing again Snowcat trying to go for the capital zone with the pencil. But again, that's going to be a kill from DD, getting 2 kills off Snowcat, and we're going to be seeing XOXO capital zone, getting no penalty at all. Crab's still going to be action in play. They're going to be cool in play, but no bubble on the side of Snowcat. So mostly right now, we're going to be just seeing XOXO go for specials.
Yeah, no, we're mainly just going to be seeing them go for specials because whenever it's in a state like this in Splatzone's Haggle, as everybody knows, specials. That's all you're going to need, both defending and attacking. That's what you want. We're seeing the Stamper Nouveau already going down as the members of Snowcat are trying to push out, but this tri-strike making sure to keep them out, but they're going to be able to get that paint and get the score back and get a penalty onto XOXO as Tamako is just trying to stay alive, trying to go into the zone, trying to see what they can do. Has a Trituka going to be using it, trying to see if they can get a pick, but that cooler placement is going to stop them from getting a pick or two on that kid.
Cooler and the wall hits has been denying Tamako getting the Zuki cut. That's going to be Mocha coming from behind and just slashing Tamako's back. But it's going to be right now again. No, there's going to be just a hefty penalty on the side of XOXO. While they're going to try to ledge fall from Mocha on the Stamper, but again, two shots on the side of Snowcat, they can really just pincer and go for the zone pretty easily. But with XOXO having the tri strike from DD, that's going to be Daki killing off Toby actually on the pencil. So that's going to be actually pretty hard for Snowcat to come back once again. Wow.
Yeah. As we see Mocha immediately going up there, picking Tamako off, has the crab tank, and is trying to make sure nobody else can get in there as Tobiyaru is just trying to snipe the user from the head. Looking at Ori, and two are going to go down. They have to make sure that they can't pin. Going on Ori, but Ori's going to be able to get the pick in his front, and that is game!
Because of Mar shooting the zone with the pencil, and I think that was Diesel alive as well. It's going to be XOXO winning 3-1 against Snowcat in a hefty fashion, and pretty much a back and forth game of zones.
Yeah, no, that was really back and forth, but in the end, XOXO was able to keep that aggression and have that special output and that special coordination in order to keep their defense and get them when they needed in order to win the entire thing.
They waited and they were patient against Snowcat. They were just waiting for Snowcat to go for a special. They were just trying to kill off Wog because they know the bubble was ready, and they actually just penciled a lot for Toby and Tamako in a corner, just in in the bunker sneaks area. It's actually the whole time. XOXO was doing 2v1s so many times in that, and it led them to the victory.
Yeah, no, that was really good coming out from those two. Both teams did really well there, but in the end, XOXO is going to be your SOS champions, but Snowcat still did a really good job even getting off a game. They still did really good during their matches.
Yeah, and one thing as well, this like honestly for the side of Snowcat or the walls of Snowcat, this is not going to be the last you see of them. We're mostly going to see them next week. We're going to be seeing them in Powering Pool. We're going to see them in Squid Junction. They have been around. This is not the last time they're going to be seeing them. They're going to come back and they're going to go for the win next week because it's going to be an SOS next week as well. Because it is not the end of the month yet. But for XOXO Flowerbot, it's a good win for them. I think they never won SOS before, but they got close, like top four. But talking about top four though, Orca Ballestra won against Elongated, 3-1.
hmm And with that, that is going to be the end of SOS. Congrats to XOXO. And before we go, where can people find you, Julian?
You can find me on Joanne51 on Twitter and Joanne2 on Twitch. But also one thing to know as well, did you notice that XOXO has a name and there's an emote on Splatoon 3, and none of them have the emote? They were all doing the sarcastic salute the whole
Maybe they
time.
just need to grind the game more.
Yeah, they just need to grind the game more. But NM, other than that sidetrack of the name, what about you?
People can find me on Twitter and Twitch at Ninstar123, where I'm just tweeting about what's ever going on and how I'm feeling. Maybe I'll stream here and there. I haven't streamed lately, but I gotta get back into it now. I'm getting some more equipment. But yeah, that's pretty much where you can find me.
Yeah, but basically that's gonna be really it for SOS 130, this speed one of the last kind of few rounds. Thanks to our streamer Super Win, and thanks to IPL for having us out once again. You will see another tournament coming up soon. Next time with SAC finals coming up this weekend actually. So stay tuned for that, and also be sure to watch Ludi that's coming up this weekend. There's going to be Ludi tonight on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday as well. You do not want to miss this week. This is going to be huge for the whole finale of SAC and Ludi too. So stay tuned this week. Come back soon. Good night. Have fun. NM, do you want to say anything? Closing words before ending it off?
I like S-Blast.
That should be it. See you guys. stay tuned for the raid. That's going to be mostly happening right now. And that's going to be it for us. Good night.
Peace.